So we've got to find Hondo, go to the cargo compartment, take out the Compmore and stormtroopers.
And we are live. We are up to episode number 96 for season 7, episode 5. Currently online we have Ross.
Yes, I play Khaled, the Enforcer, Gadgeteer, Cybernetist and Droid expert of this ragtag of Mandalorians and rebel sympathizers.
And I'm sure he's going to live the motto of if it's not working well, he'll just upgrade it.
Flesh is weak.
Rebels. Also online we have Mike.
Right, I play Rundum Crash, a Gungan pilot from the Panorama Mountain Raceways of Naboo, 2.2 meters tall with a pink and purple mohawk.
At the table today we have Rhiannon.
Hi, I play Min, the scrappy little Mandalorian hacker / MacGyver, who wasn't allowed to crawl in the vents last time. But that's okay, she got to hack a lot of things. And who tends to seem to like to use grenades to keep things away from her.
Haven't had to blow any up yet.
No! Managed to recover any I set up as a trap.
That's been enough.
Next on the table today we have his guest lady.
Hi, I play Kayana Capeweir. She is Mandalorian martial artist, security clan / whatever the family needs me to do / try to make sure that, things don't go badly. But alas, hard to do because things go badly very often. This is why I don't touch the dice. So yeah, that's
And
me.
no Mike at the table, so who's going to do the dice rolling?
Rhiannon.
It tends to follow me.
/ evil space wizard.
That's what I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm already destined for the dark side because that's what the dice say. I guarantee if you make me roll, it's gonna go dark side every time.
All for the dark side.
So should we get you to roll the white dice for everyone to do?
No.
So you're saying that you're accepted your fate and you're going to go become a dark side.
No, Kesley has accepted her fate. Kayana doesn't feel that way.
Okay, so you're not dark side.
No. The player has accepted
That the dice are going to make her dark side.
That the dice are going to... It's going to happen because that's what happens if I roll the dice. The dice hate me.
Well, that's why
you have chocolate chip cookies.
You just get Mike to roll for you.
Yes.
Except he can't today. But
that's why...
Generally, you just get someone else to roll for you.
That's why, Peter and Rhiannon are going to do all the rolling on this side of the table.
Next today we have his Peter.
Greetings! My name's Peter. I'm playing the severely traumatized Sergeant Garm Von Jewel, Human Quartermaster of the Rebellion, and recent inductee to this Mandalorian Clan.
What clan?
Mandalorian Clan.
Right, yeah.
Still very much against the evil space wizards that are running around with him, but so far hasn't had the opportunity to do much about it.
These are not the space wizards you're looking for.
That's it. And unfortunately I've left my anti-space wizard shotgun on the bridge of the ship, and I'm now in the bowels of the ship with the evil space wizards.
Why did you leave it on the bridge?
Because there was no evil space wizards running around the ship until there were.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know, you were standing
we
behind me.
established that I wasn't the evil.
I never said you were!
I was fairly sure the forearms.
Paranoia.
You guy. Yeah, I know.
So next up we have his Thea.
Yeah. I find his lack of faith disturbing.
You just need to get force stroke and you can do that.
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit, what's that word? trying at times. It's a good thing I don't have full stroke. No. And not without consent.
Nobody chokes me without consent.
I'm sure that's how it goes. Now I'm going to go bright red because that's what.
Brum has full stroke.
Who has
With
full stroke?
bowlers.
Yes, Brum does indeed have bowler choke.
I'm sure he's installed choke into his vehicle so it can just get that extra petrol into it.
And I really shouldn't say the next thing online, so I'm going to keep that one to myself.
That's an inside thought.
This is a PG game, and that is definitely not a PG comment. I am Thea named True Striker, Talon of the Clan, which I found out after too long a period actually meant that I was Force sensitive, not that I was the leader of the clan. But at the same time, for a while I was actually leader of the clan. So little wonder I was a bit confused. Because my title change seemed to come at the exact same time that I got my sensitivity. I'm going to blame that one on the GM.
GM always likes to be ambiguous.
Yes.
Garm says traumatized. Thea says pull your pants up. Get to the big boys game.
Severely traumatized, not just traumatized.
You need to meet my girl.
No.
That's okay. There's another one planned that should make the one they went through seem like it was nice.
I was trying to talk to you about, we're going to be doing a few things today. I remembered where we're up to. Aren't you happy? I remembered where we're up to. Martin says, I'm tired, I'm sleepy now, which now I know was actually a method of avoiding the conversation entirely because we have a transparency agreement in our relationship where we're not supposed to lie or mislead each other.
That's that sound.
Yeah, you always do, no matter how many people die. In-game, guys, in-game, not in real life. Yes, I used to be the leader of the clan, but fortunately Garm has taken on that mantle and I get to pursue my spiritual development.
Garm
Do you
is
get to
leader
swing
of
the
the
glowing
clan,
stick?
or just leader of the party?
Leader of the party, but the
Okay,
party
cool.
is the clan.
Kind of.
So our little group is considered a clan, which is why the non-original Mandalorians have become Mandalorians, because technically it's kind of like eat in D&D. If you're not part of the F word family, you can FO.
Yep.
So it just kind of makes things a little bit easier for people who like to stick to the book. Okay, I think that's me.
Okay. Did you want someone else to do the recap, or did you want the GM version?
I'm intrigued by the GM version. I mean, I'm happy to do it, but I'm intrigued by the GM version.
I like having both. I know yours is going to be the shorter one, so just
Definitely. It was
Do
always
yours, and I've got the to-do list.
By the way, I need to finish a coffee.
Okay, the group is currently on the Perlemian Hall mission where they are to capture a ship for the rebellion because, hey, they need extra stuff. Each of them has 2 quests they're trying to achieve on that ship. Not all of them have achieved their quests yet. And some of the quests require aid from others, and a few of them require talking with NPCs and not killing them. So I'm sure the instinct there is to kill some of them and not talk to them.
Nah.
I mean, does that include Soren Talus?
You may or may not.
If we were going to kill anyone without questioning them, it probably would have been the Inquisitor.
The captain was didn't survive his meeting with the Inquisition.
No. He's like my dagger that I need to find in 3 parts.
I'm really disappointed, by the way, that the Inquisitor did not have a Spanish accent. Because
Well,
we weren't expecting
The GM can't do Spanish accents, so you're lucky there.
Right.
with all the things that happened, they managed to take control of the ship. We were working on getting the transponder fixed. It was still in process when we finished last session.
Yep.
You had the Inquisitors show up because someone did a mental handshake with them, and they went, well, you're not supposed to be here, so who are you? And one little boy over there. So they had a blade-off discussion. And apparently you said all the right words, so he went, well, later then.
Yeah, it would have been interesting how he would have went with my little friend of shotgun.
And depending on what they do, it might have been, I am not your enemy, but your pet is. In games like Shadowrun, there was a ability called Mob Mind, where you could literally take control of the enemy, and you could control them until they get a certain number of successes to break free. But until they break free, they do absolutely everything you tell them to do, including shoot themselves. So that was the power that you used if you wanted to get rid of mobs of people, because you just look at the entire mob and say, kill yourself, and then suddenly you've got those people to worry about.
And they're all trying to start shotguns.
It was basically the most vicious spell in the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you could pull it off as long as there were no other spellcasters. So keep the mage was the standard operation.
Then you had the goo spell.
Yeah, turn to goo was less problematic, except it was one way of removing cyberware from people. Because the cyberware didn't turn to goo, and you just pulled the cyberware out and then let them reform without the cyberware. Which is if it's a heart or eye or something like that, they just sort of collapse.
And this is the second most horror-based game in the group.
It's why Star Wars doesn't have those.
Yeah.
And so after seeing the Inquisitor, you figured out that some of the people you wanted to talk to was in a secure level of the passenger cargo pod, and it was protected by stormtroopers, so you were figuring out ways of getting in there. You had many solutions and no real direction.
I have an idea.
Everyone had ideas.
Carla was gonna hack a droid.
You were spending time doing that. And then you also figured out an old friend was on the ship as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know him.
Hano.
I don't know him.
So many of the others know him well.
Yeah. Rhiannon knows Hondo. Lynn doesn't.
Encounters.
And that should be a good breakdown for you guys. I could have put a lot more information in there, but I thought I would keep it fairly brief because most of you had some idea of where you were up to.
Yeah.
So we'd finished off. Min had just given 2 stun grenades to Khalid, who was working on the droid, and the rest of us were heading to the cargo compartment. We have a to-do list. We need to find Hondo, go to the cargo compartment, take out the Compnor and Stormtroopers, check out and contain the techs in the passenger compartment, find the rebel trader, Ravin Zale, look for the secret tech, look for the starship tech, try and grab the trooper gear, free the slaves, but we figure that should be
The very last.
at the end of the journey. Convert the lieutenant, which is sort of done, we just need to finish it off.
Yep.
Find Jax and contact the night shift and maybe let them know what's happening so they don't feel completely and utterly confused and offside by the fact that they're trapped in their crew quarters.
Can you lock down all the escape pods?
Does this?
I mean,
I
I'm
was gonna
sure
say,
I can.
this
I'm in.
Part of this container, does it have its own escape pods, or is that on the main?
container is an escape pod.
Yeah.
That's the question. Does the container have many escape pods to it, or
The
whole thing would go?
The whole
right?
thing would go, yeah.
So can I stop? Can I stop the container from being able to jettison?
Well, if you do, they can jettison anyway, ripping away part of your ship.
Okay, so probably not a good idea. The other thing we need to do is a dice roll for Kayana to find out how much information you got from the captain.
We did say that.
I think we'd finished last session with that note.
Yeah,
yes, that was the last thing we said we were going to do.
Mm-hmm. So, I was gonna say, is that like
Okay.
any
so
particular type of role?
let's go for a. I think perception would have done a good roll for you to see how
And I would-
perceptive you were.
And I have good perception. I'll just look it up.
Should we be doing the force dice for the players?
We should.
Yeah, do force dice while I look it up.
That would be 6 white dice.
Okay, I have 5 here.
There would have
And I'll
been 6
re-roll
all
one.
up.
I'll re-roll one of them. So that's
3 and
3
3.
black, 3 white, and then another black. Sorry, guys.
Did you leave one in the bag?
Hmm?
Did you leave one of the white dice in the bag?
There's one that
Yeah,
is stickered or something, so I tend to not get them out.
It's the red one that's the problematic one because it's missing
Because
one
it's
of its
missing some
faces.
stickers, yeah. Okay, so my perception is 2 yellow, 1 green when we're ready.
Okay.
So
2 yellow.
2 yellow, 1 green against what?
It will be 3 red because you sort of were pushed for time.
I'm thinking you can upgrade.
no, I can't because
now.
he gave me the challenge roll. I have to say it before don't let him too aggressive.
Trying to lean over things.
Ding dang.
That's bad.
Hold on, that's
Oh no,
me.
they cancel each other out.
So there's
No,
No,
another.
they
they
don't.
So we've got
Are they
one
just
foil.
on top of each other?
Trials and Despair. are
That is
the-
a bad
Those
roll.
two go away.
Sorry, guys.
So that means she succeeded with 2 threat, a triumph, and a despair.
So
Sorry.
I technically just.
I need to move the thing and roll and then do it.
I technically.
It's too far away. I can't roll properly.
I technically succeeded,
Yes.
but something bad's gonna happen.
Maybe you got some of the captain's information, the old information.
Well, you won't know until you deliver the information because, hey, either you've missed an important fact,
Mm-hmm.
or you've put in something that's completely incorrect.
Let's hope it's more that one.
What, the completely incorrect?
Yeah, because it could be funny.
Which could be along the lines of, okay, they're not going to come to this planet until this date, so you're safe to stay there. You're not going to be found by the Empire.
It's gonna be super wrong.
That's
It's gonna be
okay.
funny.
That's okay. When they come to you and say, "Didn't you tell us this?" You go, "Yeah, this shit changes."
Yeah.
It's no big deal. I mean, shit changes.
It's like,
you know?
dude died. How am I supposed to know if it changed or not?
Or it could even have been the location of where they were delivering all the personnel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Either
So
somebody
because
else
of it.
needs to roll tonight, or I need to change how I'm rolling. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was more throwing than rolling because it's too far away from me.
So I do try to keep my introductions as brief as
Move it
possible,
and then roll.
with the understanding of there's always watching the previous Fortnight's video for those who want more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have all gone down to the cargo area, having had
Except Khalid.
allies looking after the
No, I'm down there.
looking after the bridge.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Because Garm did manage to get some allies,
Yes. Well, yes. We've
including
got the special
the-
forces guys on the around and about.
The
Including
special
the
forces
ship's
are down at the
XO.
engines. The lieutenant's on the bridge
I hope
and siding
she's
with
going
us.
to be our friend because she's awesome and I like her a lot.
Khalid was staying in the security area for the passenger car, and the rest of us were going to go to the cargo bay. If my notes are correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so
And Khalid was going to tinker with a interrogator droid to try and find a way.
No,
to
not an interrogator droid. The repair bot.
Are you doing that now?
Yep.
So you're looking to what? Set up something for the I don't know, something that would help us get to the
He was what we were talking
second
Yes.
floor.
We are getting a service droid to go through the air duct and go, surprise, mother,
Yeah.
and drop the
to
two
the
samurai
stormtroopers.
Okay. I'd actually like to have a chat with the guys on the second floor if we can, before or during that.
I don't know if
Yes,
they're the talking
that-
kind.
Oh, they will be. Or they're likely to be.
They're likely to
Yes.
ping the Empire.
And we can
With
talk
what?
to them after we've stunned them.
Yeah, but I'd want to do
No,
it.
no. I don't. No. He is good at talking to people. So yes, what we could do is if they say bugger off, then we can go on to my plan.
From a technical situation, you don't know all the variables, so if
Yeah,
you
we
were to
could.
set off it and knock out a bunch of people, there's no guarantee the others won't just turn around and shoot the
Yes.
prisoners.
Yeah, and we also
Because-
couldn't see on that floor.
Because
Oh
they're
yeah, because
basically,
they've closed off the floor from visual, right?
they would have orders regarding
If no
Yes.
contact.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But I do have a plan. So I'll discuss it when we go to enact it, and if people can see holes, then maybe
Our
we want-
greater
Yeah, well,
worry was Hondo.
You've
Oh,
got
yeah.
you've got some
Always.
time because it is going to take you a little while to persuade this droid and also rig it up to the droid.
Yep. It's a good plan, the droid.
hey, smart droid, we want you to go and do something completely dumb.
Yep.
Here's how you do it.
Well,
Thank you very much. I am starting to enjoy these keto.
Get those keto
cookies.
biscuits in case you want to try them.
They're
they're the ones
Dutch
from Costco or
something.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not bad.
they take a while to get used to, but
Yeah.
they're
Almond flour.
a lot nicer than
Do you
the
want this?
sugar-based ones. Even though I
I
have a
don't know.
sugar-based one right here that I'm
no,
starting
it's
with.
good ones.
This
So-
one. I think most of them are chicken ones now.
So which one, what are you tackling first? We've got Ross going off and
Yeah, I think that's
making
true.
a droid do something really dumb.
Well, I would like to think that Ross is going to set up the droid to do it once we're ready for it to occur, as opposed to doing it like right now.
Yeah.
So we'll go off and do whatever we're going to do with the actual storage area. When we're done there, we'll come back to Ross and move on from that.
And like the video and everything is still up, so Ross can keep an eye on it.
Was
So
it that-
Carla can keep an eye on everything.
We knew that Hondo
Yes.
was on the first floor to himself, but we had video that showed that he's left that and he's now in the storage.
Well, we assume he's in the
thing.
storage.
Well, we're assuming he's in the storage one over.
We don't think it's likely he's in the containment one.
Yeah. So
The
not
detention
yet,
one?
not the prisoner, because we're in the middle right now.
So
So
we're
we
gonna deal
think
with
he's
Hondo.
back
He
in
was in the
Yeah.
he was in the prisoner one.
Was he?
Yes, that was where you found the video on.
Yeah, but he
No,
wasn't
we
there
were in
anymore.
We were in the passenger
He's not
one,
there
not the
anymore.
detention
Yeah.
one.
When you saw the details, you were in the prisoner one.
No, we weren't. We were in the
We were in the
passenger,
passenger one. I thought.
No, he was a prisoner. He was a prisoner.
Hondo?
Yeah.
We were in the prison one.
I mean, he was a well-treated prisoner.
Well, yeah, but he was in the passenger section. Because we'd left, after we got the spec forces out, we'd left the detention center, detention crate alone. And we'd gone to the passenger to see what we could find. And there are prisoners in there, but we were looking at the passenger's crate.
I thought, okay, I might be misremembering that. Because I thought it was 4-0 was where all the knocked out stormtroopers were. The first floor was where he was, and the second floor was where the stormtroopers and
Main
that
system control.
That was on the passenger one.
I got full access.
Okay, maybe you're right. I might be misremembering.
The top level had nice quarters and for a pirate, which was Hondo.
Hondo, yep. Okay.
Um,
Must be misremembering.
third level was late teens to teens to 20s, so looking like recruits. And then the bottom one was the techies and what looked like more contained people. And then the second floor was where the Compnor was.
And it was
Okay.
assumed that it was Hondo that drugged the crew because he was
Yes, he brought out
The
his
wine.
own,
entertaining them, blah 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 blah,
Yeah,
and
The
then
bottles.
and then he left.
yeah,
So we think that he's gone to the cargo container because we think that's
Assuming.
more likely than
because
the
we're assuming
detention, the prison cells.
because we're assuming pirate
After stuff.
after thing.
We know there's some good tech on here.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's where we
I
were.
think that's what we had.
Yeah, well, we will go with that.
Cool.
I'm sure it could be worse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You say that doesn't make me feel secure.
No. Oh, stupid husband. Sorry.
That's for me.
In case you want more.
He wants me to come
Okay.
home at 1 o'clock and bring milk. Knowing I come home at 1 o'clock. I'm like,
Okay.
what? It's open? Even 7-Eleven is closed at that point.
I can give you a long life skin milk.
That might work.
Alright, so I guess we're off to the check out what goodies there are to
Our first check is anyone helping Khalid with his making droids do weird stuff job?
I have no skills
My
at that,
problem
so
is
no.
that my second objective, I don't know where it is, so I want to be
With the cargo.
with the crew.
That is true. That was why I was asking people.
Didn't does Broomwood have to go to cargo too?
His objectives are in the cargo.
Yeah, so Broomwood should go.
Well, we assume.
While you
It's
figure out what
Star-
you're doing, I might just quickly duck to the bathroom.
Yeah. So the
That way
objectives we
if you-
have. I'm looking for some top secret device or something. It could be plans. It could be a scientist. It could be a chip somewhere. It could
Yeah,
be
I mean-
prototype.
Nobody's told
Don't
you
know.
anything about it, which is really helpful.
That's how secret it is.
Broom Broom is looking at starship parts in the cargo pod.
Yeah.
Khalid is looking to capture and convert the intelligence officer and find the rebel traitor, which is why he was sort of okay with staying at the passenger.
Yep.
Because his are either in the detention or the passenger.
Passenger, yeah.
Garm is after the trooper gear in the cargo pod, and possibly trooper gear on the troopers, and converting the slaves currently on the ship, and/or convert some of the Imperial guards. Sort of on the way to do that, and possibly have the lieutenant as well.
Yeah, I want the lieutenant as well.
Kayana was identify the cargo and destinations of the target ship and/or convoy, which we sort of have done.
We have, with a mistake that we won't learn until later.
Actually,
it's technically done.
there's also the stuff that I learned by being in control of the navigation system and stuff at the front.
Hmm.
So that should help balance out that a little bit. And defeat the Imperial personnel, not necessarily through combat.
Yeah.
Thea has the spec forces, which she's done, and needs to help everybody achieve their objectives. So she needs to have helped
She has to go
Kayana,
with
Garm, Brum Brum, Min, and Khalid.
I have already done to a degree. But
I was
I'm
gonna
continuing.
say, I would say that she has helped Kayana, but because she got Kayana into the captain's
Yeah.
quarters.
It's just, like, I'd tick it off, but I'm waiting for Martin to
I was gonna say
confirm it.
we need the confirmation, but I would say like if Khalid wants Kayana to stick around just to have someone with him for safety, she definitely can because she's
I think Thea
she's
wants...
not technically needed.
I think Thea wants you along for Hondo.
But that's also
No.
so. Like it's up to Khalid if he needs someone to stay with him. If so, Kayana can stay. If
I
not, Kayana will go because combat stuff.
I think if we're splitting up, we should at least stay in pairs so that we've got someone to back each other up if something untoward happens.
Well, Garm, Min, and Brum Brum all need to go to the cargo bay.
Yeah. So
if
Kayana's really the only one that could stay unless Khalid felt comfortable staying on his own.
you want to stay,
Stay?
yes, stay.
Yeah.
I can stay with Khalid.
No, because you need to go
but
too.
I think. Sorry. Doesn't Khalid have something to do in the cargo bay? Or is
No,
all of his
Khalid is
stuff-
all in the
No.
passenger or detention.
Right.
Depends where the rebel trader is.
So where is everyone going? Because my brain gets fractured really quickly.
You need to come with us, not so evil, Space Wizard.
Everybody other than Khalid and Kayana need to go to cargo.
You need to go because your support objective means you have to help every single person.
No, I've helped a lot of people. I don't have to go with them every step of the way.
It's up to Martin. Yeah, but
No,
that
I've checked it with Martin. It's
Okay.
like you just have to help in bits and pieces, and as long as you've supported in some way or another, I don't have to hold their hand the whole way. That is not the point of their objectives.
Yep. So Thea could stay behind and Kayana could come.
But why? So while Khaled's doing this droid thing, why does everybody else have to go to the cargo bay?
Because that's where our objectives are.
Right,
And
the
we're
droid-
worried about Hondo taking
Yes.
our objectives.
Yeah.
The droid thing, apologies for interrupting, but the droid thing will take time,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot more setup that if we go to the cargo bay first, it will help us achieve following
Is
goals.
there a reason why we can't go? Great idea, Khaled. We'll do that when we get back from the cargo bay and Hondo, and just all go together.
Good question.
I
Carla, what do
mean,
you
we
think?
could, but I feel like we're on a time crunch. I don't know why, I just
We
feel
are
like we're on a time crunch.
No, we are, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
Because
Question for the
there is a
GM.
ship coming in towards you, but it's going to take a
Couple of hours.
couple of hours because space is big.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we are in a time crunch. I thought outside of intercepting Hondo, which is one of the reasons why we're going to cargo bay, the passenger container was our first priority because of the kind of people in the passenger.
But
But
we've
the
now
fact
learned
that-
information being in the passenger one that Hondo's not here, and
And we've got
If
quite a
Hondo's
few of
stealing
us have
stuff-
cargo bay.
Yeah, no, I agree. We need to get to Hondo quickly.
because if Hondo steals stuff before we get to it, then that means we lose the objective.
The reason I ask about maybe Carla coming is when he looms, it does help us, and Hondo has incredible stats on persuasiveness and charm. So I think we need every advantage we can get in terms of persuading him not to steal everything and take an escape pod.
Yeah.
But it's up to I guess Khaled in terms of whether or not he wants to do this, and it's going to take hours. Why are we doing the droid again? To
Try and kit it out so it could possibly stun the Compnor and the Stormtroopers in level 2.
Well,
is there any reason why we
if
just
we
don't
need to
go to the
basically
door and stun them?
go through the door, it will take us a while to
We
breach the
don't
door.
know where they
And
are because
people
we
are
have no
talking over each
videos
other
in
at the time. So let Ross speak, please.
Yeah. So basically, it's to stun them so we can actually breach the door. Because the door is locked on the other side, we cannot actually unlock it from this side.
And we can't try and talk our way in?
Well, Garm is
So
going
if-
to try.
If Garn can't persuade them to basically surrender, and we need to breach, we need to stun them so we can breach, so there's no
I think,
casualties.
I think we should, instead of it start on a task that's going to take a couple of hours, we should try the really quick talky first. But we should definitely go to the cargo bay. If we can go to the cargo bay and find Hondo relatively quickly, then we could easily split up to do the other tasks.
The other, and I hear the looming helping. It's just, yeah, like
Also, 6 people tracking down where Hondo is in the Great Big Cargo Bay is probably better than less people tracking him down.
How do we know that Hondo has actually gone to the cargo bay?
We don't.
We
we're
don't.
assuming.
We're assuming because that's where the high value things are.
all
And
we
he's not
know.
in passenger, and he's not in the detention. 'Cause we've been to both of
He
those
could be in
places.
detention. He could have gone to the detention bay while we were off doing other things.
You would have had time, yeah.
Because what we know is that Hondo drugged the security officers and has left the passenger bay.
I think my instincts don't want to know about Hondo. He's in there for that high-tech stuff. It's rare, it's valuable, it's Imperial. We've all watched Andor. Well, some of us have.
I'm working my way through it.
I haven't gotten there yet.
we can leave Carla there, but
I
I
want to
really
pay more
think
attention
that
than I
going
can.
as a group
Rest of the time.
is not necessarily a bad idea in this scenario, as long as time allows us to go as a group.
Yeah, I think it depends on how long the droid work is going to take.
Yeah, Barton, how long would that take?
What, to get to do the droid?
Yeah.
Technically not long, because you can literally just ask it to do that.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
why did we say it was going to take hours?
Because if it said no, then you'd have to reprogram it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just ask the droid first, and go from there.
So that would mean you'd have to head away from the cargo pods to go to where the landing bay is, where the
Okay,
repair
so-
droids work.
We're not right there where the droid is.
No.
Okay.
They have droids in engineering at the back and in the front for doing stuff.
Sorry, I thought we were right where the droid was.
It's all good.
Um,
The Empire doesn't like to leave droids all over the ship.
For
it sounds like
this
they are
exact
all over the
reason.
ship.
Well, why don't we take Khalid with us anyway?
Yep.
Because the landing bay past the cargo pod,
The landing bay is going towards the bridge.
so the opposite direction of where we want to
have
go.
a map of the ship or anything like that, do we?
Sort of, but I then have to hold the book up and...
Okay, no, don't worry
Stick
about it.
between
I'm
stuff.
just
So the landing bay is the opposite direction to where we want to go.
struggling to remember what
But
it
if we
is,
don't
so-
already have a droid in the passenger compartment, then it makes more sense to take Khalid, do the Hondo thing, then send Khalid to find a droid, if it's Khalid and maybe somebody else, to find a droid while we do a quick search of the cargo
Sure.
bay.
As far as I'm concerned, Hondo's mouth is a weapon, and we have to track it down as soon as possible.
That's the secret.
So, take everyone for Hondo.
That would be my vote. If people want to do something different, I'm happy if they decide they want to do something different.
And then split for
Stop.
search droid thing. And then Khalid can work on the droid, and once we've done a quick search of the cargo bay, we can meet back at the passenger bay. No, it's not a bay. I'm calling it a bay. It's easier. Okay. So, shall we all head down to the cargo bay? Is there any way I can have a feed of the cameras from the passenger crate to my datapad?
No, it's sort of designed not to broadcast.
Because that was my other concern, is if we leave, what if somebody, like the Compnor, gets out? Or tries to release the
I'm
passenger
going to
crate?
using the internal communication system.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the bridge. We've got special forces on the bridge.
No, they're in engineering.
They're in
No, I
engineering.
thought we had some special
Yeah,
forces on the
That's
bridge.
right, you sent some to the bridge.
Right, how many we got up there?
Yeah,
I would
and we
probably
could
say about
comms.
6.
Okay. I ask whoever's on board the bridge, how many people do you need to lock the bridge down?
They say only 2 or 3.
Okay, can you send the remaining 3 people to the security station on deck blah to make sure that at no point does anyone, and I mean anyone, attempt to eject any of the...
Or leave.
No, eject any of the
Cargo pod.
pods.
Because
Obviously, if somebody goes casually walking by, you might stop them as well. But your primary job is to stop people from ejecting those cargo pods.
Okay, so yes, they're happily to go to the cargo control station and make sure no one can activate it.
Thank you.
We need to warn them not to drink or eat anything offered to them.
They're not getting on the actual cargo pod, they're getting in the cargo control, which is inside the main ship.
Where Jax
I will
disappeared from.
still give him that same direction because we technically still don't know where Hondo is. He could be giving out
Oh,
treats
Jax.
to everybody.
Yeah, if you don't know them, you don't recognise them, best bet is to take them prisoner,
No
tie 'em
free
up,
snacks.
And watch the cameras and tell us if somebody leaves.
yeah, and communicate with us as best you can.
Yes, I presume our resident hacker hasn't shut down the escape pods, etc., etc.
I've done everything to lock everything down I can.
But escape pods are harder to lock down because they're
That's
supposed
the
to be a
whole point.
safety thing.
Yeah.
Not that the Empire cares much about safety.
No.
But
So,
the people
like,
who
I
build the
could,
ships
but
do.
it's probably going to take me a bit longer.
I presume if I want to make a coffee for myself this time.
Yes, there's time for you to make a coffee. I
Um,
recommend it.
does anyone want a hot drink since I'm making coffee for myself?
If you're offering, I'll take one.
Peppermint thingy? Yes. Not coffee, but peppermint.
Yes.
don't know
But
why
I
I
have
think
locked
it
down all the doors leading to the escape pods.
Yeah.
So technically, nobody should be allowed to move around on the ship without my say so.
That works. Oh, that's already good.
Okay, so you reach the main cargo hold.
Sorry, Mark.
Excuse me.
I'll keep thoughts inside.
What was that?
I'm talking out loud. I've just realised it.
Guns was a good solution. I didn't even think of that. I'm so used to not having NPCs.
I know.
Well, I generally don't always point them out because, hey, they are useful resources.
Yeah.
I'm just not used to it.
Okay, so you reach the cargo pod. You find the door has been wedged open. There's some tools jammed in the mechanism.
Can I open the door properly?
It's already open. You
Yeah.
could pull out the tool and watch it shut if you wish to.
I'm just...
No, but
On those
Very full.
very
Mechanical.
vulgar in his
Yeah, I was hoping to
hit
like,
the
Stealing
green
stuff.
button to let it open.
actually open
It's
properly.
already open. Someone's jammed it open. So you can try opening it further if it's already open, but hey, a door that's jammed open is already open.
Is it going to stay
Does
jammed,
it
though?
look secure though?
Well, it is a makeshift jamming, so who knows how long it will last.
See, that's what I mean. You keep saying like, "Oh no, it's already up." No.
But if
I
I'm
want it
inside and the
open.
door closes anyway, I should be able to hack it open.
You assume so.
yeah. If not, I could just cut the damn door open.
Yep, okay. We'll trust it as is.
Cool.
I have 3 lightsabers. I can get the door open if we really need to.
I have 3.
Why are we destroying
She's
parts
greedy.
of the ship?
You only have 2 hands.
The ship is a resource.
It's a door.
It's the main
Huh?
resource.
I could give you another arm if you wanted one.
Okay,
I'm sure that'll be very handy.
we'll go through the wedged open doorway and
Yep.
hope it doesn't close on us as we're walking through, because that's my main concern. 'Cause Final Destination style.
Okay, so yes, you make it into the cargo hold the cargo hold control room without a door slamming in your face.
Okay, I go straight to the
See who's there, because there's
yeah,
people
okay,
each
sorry.
time. Yeah.
If there are people there?
Yes, there are a couple of people slumped in their chairs.
Okay, do they look violently slumped or drugged slumped?
Hard to tell.
Is there the smell of burning flesh?
No smell of burning flesh.
Is there blood?
No nightmares in that sense.
Do they look choked out at all? Because it's the only thing I can think of.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm asking if Hondo drugged them or smashed them over the back of the head.
This is also where
Hondo.
no, this is where the Inquisitor came out of, but that's player knowledge.
Is it?
Because isn't that what you said? He's like,
No,
wait,
the Inquisitor
no,
came out of the passenger.
No, because when Carla went to go check out the things, the first one is the cargo bay.
Oh, the first one is the passenger, second one is the cargo, third one is the prisoner.
And he went to the passenger bay and then didn't get any further.
And they were all good, nothing to see here.
Yep. It's all fine.
Anyway,
Anyway, can I go over... They look out, like they're not going to be an issue.
They don't look like they're moving.
Okay, I'm going straight to the console because I want eyes.
Okay. The console is just manifest after manifest after manifest. There's no need to look into it. Something, and you realise the reason why they have no cameras is there's a window.
But I'm getting manifests, so that's a plus.
wait, why is there a window? Is it supposed to be there?
Well, it opens. So the other things have 4 levels.
Uh-huh.
This has just 1 level that they can stack all the way up 4 levels.
Yeah.
Can I download all the manifests?
You can start doing that. It'll take some time. And to make things fun, the manifest's a rolling code.
Useful. Can I have that going wirelessly while I
You know we're
move?
going to
Or...
be plugged into direct thing because the Empire doesn't like Wi-Fi.
Okay, so the
Because it's
manifests
too
aren't
easy to
going
hack.
anywhere. So the greater
Starlink.
the greater point is finding Hondo.
Can I do that thing where I try and see if I can sense life forms?
You can.
How far does that go?
Now, you've never really tested the limits that well, but you think it's only a short distance because you haven't learned to extend the bell.
This is.
Something I have to work.
I was gonna say. We'll see how Vega goes with that. I guess. Kyler Broom and I will just continue making sure the room is clear and that we're not seeing anybody around.
I was gonna say, should we
And I'll
glance
also-
out the
you see
window
lots
and
of
see?
people.
People
On their chairs.
moving around was this qualifier.
Sense life.
And then I
I'm
guess
sure Mandalorians are people too.
yeah.
Mandalorians are people too. So, do I know at least how to
I have an
scout
idea,
the
but-
people next to me?
Do you?
Know how to at least, like, I know there's life just here. Am I at least, you know,
You generally know the presence of the life.
but
and
I
you can sense it.
can I focus it outwards away so that I know I'm
You
not
sort,
just...
you sort of get a feeling of all the life in the area.
Okay, alright.
It's not just a yes, I detect
This-
life. Not like Pathfinder.
Is this worth actually doing?
Yes.
Okay, alright. And is this just a sense one, like the 333?
Give me a sec.
4 skills.
I'm having to open up your sheet so
Well, I
I
was
can...
just going to show you my 6 sheet.
Yeah, but it's got other things on your sheet that's
Oh,
not
okay.
there.
Alright. Well, what do you mean? My simplified version of looking at the world. My very low tech capacity.
So I also have to look at the ability.
Who rolled white today?
Me, I rolled bad.
Right.
Alright,
You're
50%,
off
give or
rolling
take.
white
Yeah.
duties. No,
No,
I'm kidding.
it's not that bad.
It's just because I was
It wasn't
rolling
me.
wrong.
I rolled really horribly, so I really am just joking.
Okay, so yes, I have it up here.
But what we do, and we're not joking, is we blame it on Mike.
Okay, because he's not
here to
here.
roll.
This is what happens
That's
when you're
right.
not here, Mike. That's how
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, Mike rolled really well last session.
Yeah,
That's him every session.
That's
It's
him every
ridiculous.
Okay, so have you got your dice pool ready?
If it's the 3 yellow, 3 blue, 3 white, that's what I was just checking.
Yep, that's
Does
correct.
it sense rather than the other things?
I'm gonna put one on the plate so I
Yeah,
don't
so I have my
accidentally eat
roll. So do I roll it?
For-
Is there...
well, basically you get a difficulty, and they don't give you the difficulty unless you've decided
Are we
whether
upgrading
you're
or not?
upgrading
I
or not.
presume there's not many whites, so
There's
I
Alright,
won't-
3
just
whites, 4
3.
I
blacks.
won't upgrade to sense a life thing, and I'll hope.
Okay, so the difficulty will be 1 purple and 1 red as we flip over one of the points.
So you're
Okay.
good.
So flip a dark one.
Alright,
Not bad.
DM's helping! I always like to help.
So helpful.
Well, the idea is the points are supposed to go constantly.
It's a game.
So if the players aren't doing it, then I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And it's to my advantage to do it.
Alright, 2 blank blue, 1 failure, 2 threat, 2 advantage. 2 success, 2 advantage on the yellow.
So that's 1 success.
And 4 white, 1 black. So if we count out the failure and a success there, that leaves me 1 success. Take out those 2. So 1 success, 2 advantages, and then 4 white.
Okay,
1
so
black.
you can use 1 white to sense the living creatures within range.
Yep.
You can How many net successes did you get?
1 success, 2
Two
advantages.
You can spend another white to give you a. To give you an upgrade on either perception, vigilance, or cool while it's committed. Because if you use a sense, she then gets to add it to one of her skills.
Yeah.
Would you like to upgrade perception, vigilance, or cool?
I guess in this sense. Ooh.
Technically, you've got three white you can spend and upgrade all 3.
Why don't I do that?
You can do that.
Is that permanent or just for this roll?
And that will mean that you won't be able to activate any force while you've got them upgraded.
What does that mean?
Meaning you won't have any force abilities.
Basically concentrating, you're walking around going.
Okay.
And
Right.
so when you
if Hondo comes out with a lightsaber, I'm hoping someone's got my back.
so could she drop the upgrades to use the force if she needs to?
can, yes.
But she'll lose the upgrades.
Right, okay. I think I understand what you're saying. I will do that. I sound doubtful because...
In the notes. Not
I
the
am.
doubtful.
Like it's
Not the doubtful,
like it's
but I have them in the
temporary
notes.
Okay, so yes, you managed to get the sense of a life form in the hold below, and your vigilance, cool, and perception have been upgraded with the force.
Okay.
So basically what it means is it turns a green to a yellow, or if you're all yellow, add a green to each of those.
Is there some sort of speaker system?
I'm sure there are lots of speaker systems. You did hear the Inquisitor using a set as he was going.
I mean, I'm
Look,
connected.
I just want to know whether or not I can just go, hello, Hondo. This is Thea. Would you mind coming to the front of the cargo bay? I feel like making a lightsaber noise, but I won't, because that information in Hondo's head is far too dangerous.
I mean, Min has no knowledge of Hondo, other than possibly rumours, so she's happy to be guided.
Before I do that, I will say, for those of you who have not dealt with Hondo, do not believe a word he says. Do not
Kayana
eat
said
or
that.
drink anything he offers you.
I saw the drugging, and Kayana said that.
He's as trustful as a Jawa with a high quality luxury cruiser.
I did say no.
Just emphasising that, just
Okay.
in case. And that's to, I don't know if Garm's met Hondo. I don't think Garm's met Hondo. So, yeah, if you want to think anyone's an evil wizard, that would be where Hondo falls.
He was my contact, and we dealt with him with you at that time.
Yeah.
So I have a long and
I was gonna say you have a long history.
Oh,
with
do you have a
Truthful.
long history with him, do you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, if you've
well,
got a long history,
maybe it's better that Garm.
then
calm
yeah,
down.
I'm happy to hand over to Garm at this stage. I can say he's definitely in there. We're definitely in the right place. Do you think?
If we're doing that,
What thing exactly did you have in mind?
call him out.
Get Hondo to come up and talk to us and make sure he hasn't stolen the things that we're after.
I would point out, maybe, instead of like going through the whole manifest trying to find something that we don't know what we're looking for, what if we use Hondo as a bloodhound to go find it?
Because he might not be looking for what
We
we're
want to
looking for.
negotiate that condition.
While they're all talking, I'm downloading as many manifests as I can. I figure at this point I can at least get some.
And you're finding that the items are coded, the destinations are coded, and the boxes are coded. But hey, you could just match up the box to the code, and you know exactly where the boxes are, just not what's in them, or where they're going.
Well, it also means that in the future, like, super secret tech might not be on the manifests. But it's not something I'm likely to be doing right now. I just think it's valuable
Yeah.
on the manifests.
Either that, or Hondo's already got the code broken.
Yep, if we can get that
He just knows
information
what he's
out.
after.
And we do have an ex-Imperial. Would you know anything about codes? Imperial codes?
I imagine that the codes are just a random set of numbers for a box. And the box...
And they're not sequential codes.
No, and they relate to
Yeah,
a thing that is held separately, and when you've got both and you put them together, you go, that's what it is.
I'm assuming it's like
authentication codes.
Authentication codes more than anything, where it's like auto resets.
And most likely the thing that the list that has all what the codes mean is not kept with the codes.
Yeah.
Because
Why would you? Yeah.
The captain might have had
I would probably say that this is an enigma.
The lieutenant might have it.
No.
No?
it wouldn't be carried
It'll be
on the
where
ship.
you're
Might be on the
delivering them to.
Okay.
So when you're at the point of delivery, they'll say, "I want crate blah 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 and blah," and we have to always match up the random alphanumeric and give them that crate.
The only one that knows it is the person who organized the logistics. Outside of that, no one should know it because that's secret.
Because that's how secret scroll works. No one in transport has any clue of what they're transporting.
But at the very least, we can see if there's any boxes, any crates that aren't on the manifests.
Do they ever booby trap?
Depends on how dangerous it is.
What I'm asking is it worth me taking the time to download these manifests?
It is, because if you ever get your hands on the
code.
The document that says what's being transferred where, it will only give you codes for which box something went in.
It certainly doesn't hurt.
Okay, so yeah, while you
And
guys
then-
are figuring out what you're doing with Hondo, I'm downloading manifests.
And the captain may have had in his data the destination codes.
Which Kesling might have. Which
Alright.
Kayana might have.
Yes.
So
Kind of will stick with Min to see if any information she has matches anything of significance.
Okay.
I'm not going to be any use talking about
But
it.
we'll let
So
them.
you see someone has activated the cargo lift, and you'll be coming up to the security room at any moment.
Did we already call out to it?
No.
I thought someone had.
Nope.
I was leaving it up to Garm to do
In
it.
which case, nothing's happened yet.
I didn't know that Garm was a
Buddies.
contact with Hondo, and he's got a history. In which case, I'll just absolutely backtrack and leave it up to Garm once I confirm he's in there.
But Thea suggests it to Gun.
Yeah, I suggest you use the loudspeaker and ask him to come up so that we can have a chat.
Is there a loudspeaker?
There should be, because the Empire likes their announcement systems. You're doing a bad job. Do better.
Pretty sure Min can set it up for you.
Oh yeah. It takes me 2 seconds to give you access.
Yes, there's a switch. You turn this switch on, and then you can just speak.
Yeah. See this button? Press it.
Push to talk.
Okay. I will do so.
Okay.
I'll
what
hit the
do you call
button.
that?
Hondo, we know you're in there. Come out with your hands up! This is the Imperial secret forces.
ISB.
Come out with your hands up, or you'll be executed immediately. I'm just kidding. It's Garm. Come on up. We need to chat.
Just going a little bit of scare. It's fine.
Okay, you see the lift light up as he starts coming up from the floor below. Doors open, you can see Hondo going there. Come, my old friend. You almost gave me a heart attack.
Hondo, what the fuck are you doing here? You're breaking my balls, buddy.
Getting rich.
Okay. How?
Well, you know how things go. I did a job, got caught. They decided I had valuable intel into some of the areas they wanted to exploit, and so they put me up in a suite. I got a few people drunk. I stole their guns. I shot other people. I found some of the cargo. You know, they've actually got a payroll on here, so I think I can make up for the detainment quite nicely, he says.
So you're saying that there's Imperial credits on board the ship as well?
What else is important, he says?
Yes, well, you also owe us because we managed to get rid of the Inquisitor, who probably would have loved to have words with you.
Well, if you got rid of the Inquisitor, good luck to you. You don't need my help.
No, we're here to help you.
Oh, you are?
Because we already helped you.
In which case, you can come down and help me move some crates. That would be a great help. Thank you for offering.
So you're here for the credits?
Why wouldn't I? What else is important? Money is life.
You're here for the credits?
Yes, my friend, I'm here for the
Only
credits.
the credits?
What, there's something else more valuable
I
here?
have no idea.
This entire ship.
Ship's a little too big for him to run by himself. He doesn't want the ship.
So basically, you managed to bluff your way in, saying that you happen to know all these secrets, which you know some of. You get on board the ship so you can steal the credits.
Happy
How many million?
circumstances, he says.
Coincidence.
Okay.
In the helmet comms to Carlin, I was like, a pirate's gonna pirate. Don't give away what we're trying to look for.
Well, how much in credits are we talking about? If we're talking, hundreds of thousands or millions, yeah, then you're definitely worth his while.
He says, I'm sure it won't be noticed.
Well, the other thing is it traceable?
Imperial credits are not traceable.
Hard credit? Hard currency? Cool. No.
Other question is the rebellion needing, hoping, relying on the credits also on the ship?
They never asked for it.
Whose coffee is this, Ariadna?
It's not coffee, it's hot chocolate.
Oh,
who's
is that
in
me?
I was fairly sure Kesley would have realised, but I was trying. Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Because you gave it to Peter.
Yeah, I was like...
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought I was close enough to Kesley.
I was on the other side of the
To
table.
be honest, it's hurting the wall. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
not concentrating real well.
It's all good.
Breeding bad doesn't always help. He needs to replace the ship they blew up.
Understandable.
And those things don't come cheap.
I walk over to him, I put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, my friend, you wouldn't happen to be some form of traitor, would you? When looked at through the lens of a Imperial?
He looks at me. I have never betrayed anyone.
So the answer is yes. I understand. See, we, and I look at you and say, aren't we looking for some form of traitor who might have information that might be of use to us?
Totally.
I say,
No, you already know the name of the person you're looking for.
Yeah, but Hondo doesn't.
I've never betrayed anyone, he said, looking around rather shiftily and not at all believable.
Okay. Alright. Well, my friend,
He says, so if there's no profit in it, you'd never betray a person. Which you take to be the absolute truth.
Yeah, I can't believe that. That is the first thing I actually believe from you.
So, my friend, what are you here for?
The ship.
Well, you seem to have the ship.
And a lot of the things on it.
the ship. Everything on the ship, everything, including the ship.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind him taking a couple of credits to replace his ship.
I don't care.
And the ship over there offered to carry stuff for me.
As
so
long as we
he'd be
can
a great
check the
help.
crates, as long as we can inspect the crates to make sure they're just crates.
We don't want any mistakes happening now, do we, Frank?
Oh, no mistakes. All good here. So we may need to clean up down below because when someone, sending ISB was here, I dropped stuff and it went everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, actually, ISB are still here.
He says.
But they're not here. They're elsewhere.
Give me a heart attack, whatever he says.
We're going to deal with them shortly.
Yeah, that's the other thing that we're probably need your services since you're very good at walking.
I don't know. I think Garm can probably do a lot of talking himself.
Yes. When he thinks of talking, he thinks of God. That's what Hondo says.
I just smile and shake my head. So, we have an agreement. Is that right? We have an accord. You will take the credits that are on board the ship,
With us inspecting them.
and you will leave everything else.
Maybe a shuttle?
Yeah.
A droid navigation?
You've got to get away somehow, I understand, yes.
We don't have any shuttles here.
End there. End of negotiation.
What, no droid?
I was sure that he's just gonna take a shuttle. Do we have shuttles on the ship?
There are shuttles on this ship.
Because
Escape
because we're going to insure it.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
He's staying with us.
Yes, he is.
It looks up.
And I smile.
You're staying with us until until we're finished, and you can take your credits after I've inspected them, and that may take a while.
No, it won't be that long.
No. Me going over every centimeter, every millimeter of the crate might take me a while.
Don't your some of your friends may have some ships that, or a ship that Hondo might be interested in buying with his new found wealth?
Maybe.
Well, if he's gonna take a shuttle.
But like me, I'm sure Hondo knows someone.
He always knows someone.
Exactly.
This deal only works if the rest of our plan goes according to plan. So, if
And it
you
will.
want us to succeed,
Yeah. Just don't get in the way.
And your big friends are still going to carry stuff?
Oh, some of the stuff. You'll need to carry your
Happy with
share.
that. He still owes stuff anyway.
Yeah, so some imaginary Inquisi, Inquas, whatever the hell that is, he says.
Oh, he wasn't imaginary.
Evil space wizard.
so Hondo is
Oh,
now.
I've met those in the past that they weren't so evil.
Hondo is
No, these
staying
ones are
with
evil.
us, right?
Yes.
So,
We're not letting him out of our sight.
He's coming with us. Yes.
Cool.
So where are we going? Back to my credits?
No. Well, actually, yes.
Was there any other life forms? Was it just the one?
Just the one.
So we can safely
At least
leave.
as far as I know.
We
We're
can
taking-
safely leave the cargo.
We're taking this opportunity now to go through the cargo to fulfill the necessary tasks, or are we
should
turning and going
Back to
elsewhere?
the passenger.
Because going through those the cargo is going to take us a long time.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have anything that told us where everything was.
No.
Nope. The manifesto.
unless
codes.
Hondo does.
I was gonna say you could ask Hondo.
Do you have anything that would tell us what's in what crate?
Yes, you do this really important thing. You lift the lid, and then you look inside, and he found credits.
Yeah.
You know
It
what?
only took him 20 crates of looking before he found it.
That was gonna be my method, to be honest.
Yeah, that was what we were going to do.
Thus time consuming. So
Yeah.
passengers.
It took him about 3 hours to find the crate.
Yeah. You don't happen to remember what the
118 had.
sorry? No. What the
Yeah, what the
designation
other
of the
19 had.
what the designation on the crate was?
He just shrugs. That important?
Could be useful.
We'll find out later. So no, not really.
I'm sure it's just for pencil pushers.
Yeah, or
Never important, that sort of stuff.
probably actually, yeah. So we're going to go back to the personnel Are we?
Can we get the jammed stuff out of the door and so I can shut it?
Because it was hard enough to break in as it was.
Yeah, I can open it without it.
Yeah, your funeral, he says.
What do you think?
Probably do it before you decide to unjam it.
Do what?
Well, I'm already in the system. Can I keep the door open or closed at my will?
You could push a button to open the door from the inside,
But not from the outside.
not from the outside.
But I had no problem on the passenger.
It's not the same design.
Okay. We've got
This one had
control of the
variables
ship,
on it.
right?
Yeah.
Who has?
So why don't we just leave
Leave
it
it.
open?
Yeah, just leave it.
Like,
Like, I'm blocking doors, so technically nobody other than you and the
We got-
lieutenant should be able to get through them.
Except for all the ones that have been cut
We
through.
got
Yes.
Yeah.
special forces.
very true.
Special forces are currently monitoring the containers anyway.
Yeah.
Should be fine. Let's
So-
just leave
Other
it and go.
option is we could see if they've got 2 spare to just watch the door.
There would have had to be an engineering. What was left in engineering?
I've used the 3 that we had spare.
Okay. Well, that's
Well,
fine.
we didn't check with engineering. There were the 3 spare on the bridge.
I don't see that it matters, and I don't see
No.
that it's important.
Well, considering the crew's locked in the crew area.
Been about 6 special forces.
Engineering is currently sorting out the transponders.
Yeah. The crew's in the cruise area, the engineers are out, the spec forces are out. I've got the doors locked down unless I open them. Or
Jax is missing,
Jax is still missing.
which is worrying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
it is, but most of the doors I have control of and nobody can get through. And Jax was also your best friend, so unless
he was-
Jax is...
Possibly a really good liar.
Possibly.
But, yes.
We haven't come across any signs of anyone being where they're not supposed to be aside from Hondo.
So, let's go back to personnel.
Let's
and we'll
go.
deal with the Commodore.
Does Khalid and somebody want to go to the landing bay to pick up a droid while the rest of us start at the personnel?
So,
Yeah.
Hondo says, well, why go to the landing bay? There are droids below.
Are
That
they
sounds like a-
actually are they maintenance droids?
Yes, there's a couple of maintenance droids down there. There's the manifest droid. There's the repurpose security droid.
Would the manifest droid help us at all?
Repurpose
Purpose.
security droid.
Okay, let me guess that repurposed security droid. That's the droid that you want to help you carry your new gains.
Oh no, I'm happy to leave that one behind. No idea how long the code will stay before it goes mad. But hey, it was a handy way of getting out.
So does the manifest droid basically we want this crate, and it goes and finds it?
Most manifest droids look after the cargo.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I can use it to help with the manifests.
You simply tell it what cargo you want and he will go and move it. Move cargo, blah. And he goes, okay.
So, but you tell it the
The co-
code, not the what's
Yeah.
actually there. Cool. I was just trying to figure out.
Okay,
I don't
so,
know.
Yeah, once you figure out
Any
the code
chance
that
our
you're looking
Imperial
for, then you can
lieutenant
get
might
that.
be able to help us? Because she would be familiar with Imperial code. She'd be.
We can
We've
do
already
this. It's
gone
not a
through that.
huge
Have
deal.
we?
Yes.
It's not a huge deal.
It's like having 2. We've got 1, and then
The destination has the
destination's
other.
got the other.
Right.
So the lieutenant doesn't have any knowledge about
Oh,
what's
where-
actually in the crates.
Or how to work
unless she
out.
knows how they're generated.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
That's
How
about the
they-
only thing she would be able to say.
Right.
In general, once it starts with these numbers have blah.
Well, which is why I was asking, if that was the case, I was asking Hondo, you wouldn't happen to remember, because starts with this means that, and I've worked in the Imperial system for a long time, so if that was the case,
You would know. You would know too. Yes.
How long did it take him to come up?
Only a couple of seconds.
So, presumably, we could spend a minute and he could take you down, show me the case, I could write the number of it,
Yeah.
and then at least we know where to start with credits.
We're going to go down regardless because Khalid needs one of these maintenance droids to enact his plan. So yes, we're going to go down there.
Now that we've got a hold of Hondo, though, do we want to split up these tasks?
No, I think
Split up what tasks? What do you mean?
I think let's just go together, go down,
Okay.
write things down.
The only reason I was
droid,
suggesting-
figure out things once we get there.
I'm
The only-
happy to wait at the top with Min while everyone else goes down because you've got to keep that door open, don't you?
The
No.
door's
Oh,
now
it's still
jammed.
jammed. Okay, sorry.
But
2-second memory today.
it depends on like if I want to stay and keep downloading the manifests or not.
I'm going to
you should.
stay and
Yeah.
start looking through the crates.
Well, so the only reason I was suggesting splitting was because I thought we had to go to the landing bay to get a droid. If there's droids down here, say Thea and I stay at the top and I keep trying to get the manifests and maybe see a pattern or something. And if the rest of you want to go down and start opening crates and finding droids and stuff, I just don't think we should spend too much time searching through the crates with the possibility if we can, because I don't feel... I get the impression that the security of the cargo bay, the cargo pod, whatever, isn't going anywhere at the moment. So if we can get back to the passengers where people are possibly a problem, I think the priorities shifted again. But I'm happy to be overwritten.
Let's do the task just in front of us now.
Okay, so some of you getting the left to go down with Hondo.
Yep. Brum did say he wanted to start going through crates. One of his tasks is to find stuff in crates.
So Min and Thea are staying at the security consoles.
Mm. Okay, so when you get down to the cargo floor, the crates are stacked quite high in here. There's quite a few at ground level opened. There's a mess of credits everywhere, as apparently Hondo dropped a credit repository while he was scared by someone saying, ISB here!
God, I now regret and wish I went down there so I could scoop up some of those credits when Hondo's not looking.
And there is a couple of protocol units and a R2 unit picking up all the pieces and putting them back on the box.
Would any of these droids know how the manifest works?
Quite possibly. So there is, most of the protocol units are a cobalt blue sort of colour, whereas one of them is a shiny silver.
Okay.
And the shiny silver one is normally the manifest droid.
Yeah, so we probably want to talk to the manifest droid. Well, you guys do. It's going to be interesting seeing Brum Brum
Okay.
talk to a droid.
So, Brum Brum, what do you want the Manifest droid to do?
Tell me if there's any which crates have any ship parts in them.
Okay, the blue droids just point in one side of the cargo bay and says ship parts for various prototype fighters held on that wall.
That was easy.
Cha-ching.
I'm fairly sure mine's not going to be that easy.
Well, they said along that wall, and that wall is 4 stories long. High, sorry.
So parts for prototype
Starfighters.
starfighters.
No, if they're a font of knowledge, I'll ask you about the military gear. Go through the armor, weapons, basic equipment, that sort of stuff.
The blue ones start listing off a number of crates with IDs, with how many there are, where they're located.
I'll wait till they're finished.
And it takes them about 10 minutes to go through all the various things in the storage area.
Cha-ching. While this is happening, I'm assuming that Khalid is organising his droid.
Okay.
Well, I would say if these droids are talking to us first, you don't want to do anything until they're done giving me information.
Different droids.
See, I feel like I should prompt you guys to ask for my stuff, but I don't know what I would ask for. Hey, do you know where the top secret, super secret tech of some kind is?
Yeah, that's coming.
Okay, so yes, it's just listing of various parts and stuff. There is a high number of power-related systems. There's shielding. There's basically far more parts than you would expect even a Star Destroyer to need. Star Destroyers would not normally replace this amount of parts in a year's service.
Okay. So is Khalid looking after his maintenance droid?
Basically, can I actually see the maintenance droids, or do I have to ask for them?
There are a couple of maintenance droids around, ranging from half a meter tall up to 3 meters tall.
I'll have to go for the half a meter tall, because I need to go through the vents.
Another one. Okay. Another one.
Yes, please. Sorry.
Okay, so yes, it seems very happy to serve you in any way you wish it to.
Yep.
It's very cheerful.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
It seems to be programmed to follow any directives given to it.
Ah, that's good.
No matter how silly or inane the directive, it will follow every directive.
Yep.
Oh, shoot me!
No, I do not want to do that.
Just don't go down the bugger me wording.
Can I come down to Garm and say, so I can see you talking to the maintenance, to the manifest droid. Is it being any help?
They're actually talking to the protocol units, not the manifest droid.
Okay, the protocol units.
Why aren't they
Can you
talking
send
to
the person? Can you send the droid that's being helpful up to me when you're done,
Why?
so I can see if it knows anything about where my stuff is?
I can ask. What do you want to ask?
I've been asked to find some sort of super secret tech.
Yes, I'll ask.
Has anyone asked the manifest droid anything though?
The manifest droid can only retrieve things. The protocol ones are the ones that know things.
Okay. Right.
Can that manifest droid actually speak?
Well, the manifest droid can speak.
Speak binary or speak just regular?
Well, it can speak regularly because it communicates with the troops.
Okay.
So, Garm asks the protocol droid for any sort of super secret or any prototypes or tech or if there's a crate that doesn't appear on the manifest.
That's a better question.
Good call.
I like that question.
Because I was explicitly told when I got this objective, it could be a scientist. It could be a data chip.
Could be.
Could be anything.
Okay, so yes, you have no issue asking it to do some stuff for you. It does say that there are some crates without any markings.
Where are these crates?
Okay, so they take you over to crates hidden away behind other crates. And so these crates have no identifier chip.
Okay, I'll
Happy to wait.
mark them somehow. Chalk. Big X.
Not hard at all to mark.
And yeah, I guess as we're walking over, I'll go, main corridor, take first left, third right, whatever. So finding them is not difficult.
It is very easy to
And then
find.
through my comms, I say there's a few. I've marked them.
Awesome, thank you.
I'm not going to open them because I wouldn't put it past the Imperials to booby trap some of this stuff. So
No, I'm happy to explore that later.
Yep.
It gives me one option for where my stuff could be.
Yep.
As I said, could also be the text in the passenger crate.
could do.
Hopefully it wasn't hidden in the captain's quarters. I
Yes.
shouldn't have said that. I don't want to give Martin ideas.
I was gonna say, it could also have nothing to do with what we're doing, so. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, a lot of things can go
So
wrong.
when Khalid is finished doing whatever he's doing with these droids, I'm assuming we will leave.
The camera on the door to the cargo bay, is it still working?
The camera to the door on the cargo bay is still working.
Cool. Can I have that up on my data pad so I can keep an eye on it?
You can.
Awesome.
The droid listens to Khalid immediately because that's how it's programmed.
Okay.
So it's ready to go whenever we are.
So let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there is really anything further for us to do, like right now.
As long as the cargo stays where it is,
We're
it's
fine.
better to leave it
And we're
come
taking
back to it.
And Hondo's coming with
Hondo's
us,
coming
or
with us.
Hondo is not leaving somebody's side.
And you basically have a manifest of the cargo hold currently.
Yes. I will take it from my recorder and upload it to
One of the places you were
everyone.
That is not listed is a bay for 4 droids that you think are currently active.
So one of the places not listed on my
Yeah.
manifest.
4 droids
Mm.
that are currently active.
Mm-hmm.
What do you reckon, Khalid, our droid expert?
4 droids or a bay 4 droids?
4 droids.
In a bay.
number 4.
Khalid is oddly silent.
He's also on mute. He may be having a dog attack.
A dog attack.
Or a cat attack.
A cat attack.
That's okay.
So 4 droids that are currently active.
Because I'm not sure we can just walk away and leave 4 unknown droids wandering around doing stuff.
Considering how many of our objectives are cargo based,
Yeah.
I don't want this place without securing it.
Yeah, very much so.
I'm gonna say a dumb question.
No such thing.
Is that bay for the 4 droids we're interacting with?
Quite possibly, who knows?
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that. Because
Well, they are all identical looking.
Kaya knows nothing about droids, so she's just gonna go with A plus B equals C, so yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be picking up the droids that are currently active, picking up Hondo's mess.
Can we double check? Just to make
Is
sure.
there like
I
serial
hate to make an
codes or
assumption and
something?
make
Yeah.
an ass out of me.
There is no serial numbers on their outside casings, which
Oh.
is unusual.
Also,
The blue droids.
Yeah.
Hondo was saying that there's a repurposed security droid.
That I'm assuming that
Khalid,
he repurposed it.
hello.
Yes.
Speaking of, is there actually a repurpose, or is there a security droid around here?
Yes, there is one of the K-series security droids around here.
Can you check it out and make sure it's not going to be a danger or a problem to us in the
But look, make sure it's deactivated.
Sure, that works too.
Is it activated, or is it deactivated, or is it...
Currently holding the crate of credits.
Oh. That's fine.
So there's 4 blue droids, which are the ones we were talking to, that have no serial number on them. And it's not usual for you. Like, I didn't think of asking the droids because you said like the droids would know nothing but the codes. So it's unusual that these 4 blue droids know what's in the crates.
Yeah. Because they're not on the manifest.
Droid expert.
So, Khalid,
protocol droids?
With no serial numbers, and they shouldn't know answers to what we're saying.
The enemy is going, these are perfectly great for assassin droids.
And they also, they also shouldn't know what's in the crates, but they do.
What's their designations?
They have no designations that you can see.
Just call it ask them?
Yeah, I'll ask them, what are your designations?
They ask for security codes.
You have those?
I feel like it's the
I
sort of
try
security
mine.
code.
It says code invalid.
What about
Interesting.
And all their eyes start flashing.
doesn't
I don't like
Khalid
like
have
that.
the code that overwrite like his? Don't you have like a word or a code phrase or something that all droids answer to you, like a master key?
Order 66.
Yeah, kind of like that, but for droids.
Okay. See if it works.
I
So, was it, how many protocol droids are there?
4.
There are 4.
Bugger.
And their eyes have just started flashing.
I know what that means. It's not good. But, yeah, I can only do 1 at the moment because I can't spend my XP to make multiples at the same time.
well, look, one might be enough.
As long as it doesn't trigger the others to do something.
Okay.
Okay, what do you wish to try to do?
I'm going to order them to stand down to shutdowns for maintenance purposes, as we have not reached our destination.
There's a security override requested.
Yes, security override. Using my speaks binary. And then using my intimidation of 3, which lowers the difficulty by 3, or downgrades it by 3.
Okay, so we can see how well your thing goes. What is your dice pool?
Is 2 yellow, 1 green.
Do we want to upgrade this?
Yes.
Yes, because I am feeling
Yes.
So 3 yellow.
one with the force.
3 yellow.
The force is with me.
The force is
I'm
with me.
learning!
I was gonna say I don't know that the force will help you here. I think
Can't
it
hurt.
might be more mechanics or computing.
So what's the difficulty?
I'll use.
Okay. What was that, Ross?
Oh no! The thing is, I'm using my command override. I'm being very intimidating.
Okay, so I will say he gets 1 purple at this stage because of his reduction.
Let's see if this rolling this way helps.
Yeah.
That helped.
Well, actually,
Those two knock each other out.
and then I don't know if you succeeded.
Yeah, there's 2 successes, 2 upgrades, 2 advantages.
Okay, I just didn't see the
So,
problem.
you believe you've told it to shut down properly, but you also realize it needs a actual Imperial authorization code, or you're just, or you're going to be triggering a problem. So you actually get to make a cool check to start initiative, where everyone else has to make vigilance checks. So you can choose between cool and vigilance.
Okay.
So it's looking for a
Okay.
specific.
Did
Imperial
Ariadne bring her anti-droid gun?
I always have my ionization blaster on me, plus 2 ionization grenades. Your problem is I'm upstairs.
Yeah, they are in or upstairs.
And I have 2 restraining bolts.
Can I hear? I have restraining bolts galore because I collected
I
them
know.
from that mining town. Can I hear what's going on over the thing? Or are we rolling cool before we figure out that there's like, that sounds like trouble, I'm going to start heading
Yep.
down.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I can't really say
Oh,
to everybody that the shit's going to hit the fan due to the fact that the droids will hear me.
I could
Flashing
probably,
eyeballs give it away.
Am
I
I
could
rolling for
probably
you guys?
hear
Yeah,
this
but-
conversation's going.
No, they. Button.
Yeah.
Can I put like 2 restraining bolts on 2 of them before they're able to act?
Only if you go before them.
So,
Okay.
alright, so you have to roll vigilance.
Roll your initiative.
I told you basically you had the choice of cool or vigilance. At that point, it's too late to ask to do things.
So I've
Yeah.
got 3
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to go for cool, which is 2 yellow, 2 green.
I can do yours, I just need to tell Martin what mine are. So I've got 3 successes, 2 advantages. So you said 2 yellow, 2 green?
Mhm.
Got him.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, you roll for colored. What
Yeah.
do you guys got?
So I can do Khaled's now, which is 3 successes, 2 advantages.
1 yellow, 3 green, 2 blue.
Does anyone else need?
Give me a sec, I haven't put it in yet.
Oh,
So what was Khaled's?
3 successes, 2 advantages. It's a pretty easy one to remember.
So Kyan.
And Thea did have hers upgraded.
Did she?
Yes. Because of the force you were using.
Yes.
Okay, I rolled 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue.
Well, it would have been 3 yellow, 1 green, 2 blue.
Do I reroll?
What do you have?
You can keep your roll if
2
you
yellow
wish.
and a green.
Can I reroll and compare? I think 2 successes is enough though, isn't it? Or
Well, you had 3 successes.
Yeah.
2 yellow and a green.
3 successes is enough, I'll just do it off here. I'm just curious. It would have been an extra success.
So
This is Gum.
Yeah.
Garm got 2 successes, 3 advantages.
Yay!
Kayana got 4 successes, 2 advantages. I'm rolling for Brum Brum Mike. 3 successes.
Just 3 successes.
For Brum Brum is 3 successes and 2 advantages.
Apparently
Seems to be
that
going
is the common one. What was Min's?
2 successes, 1 advantage. I rolled better for everybody else. That's okay. I'm not intending to be down there and fighting.
Yeah,
That's
I wish I
not
was
what I
down
do.
here either.
I guess the question will
Then it would roll 2 yellow and a green.
Me?
is that for Martin?
It's for the bad
Or
guys.
Hondo?
We have to wait and
5
see.
advantages.
Hondo.
Okay.
That's my guess. Oh, no, it could be the droids.
And then roll 3 yellow and a green.
Yeah,
That one's
sounds like,
Londo.
That sounds more like one, yeah.
yeah.
2 successes, 4 advantages.
And then roll again.
For the same number?
Same thing.
No, we might be talking droids.
Yeah.
2 successes, 2 advantages.
And again.
Yep, talking the droids. Maybe we should get Kesley to roll. Just out of curiosity.
No, because when I
4
roll for the
successes, 2 advantages.
when I roll for the bad guys, I get triumphs.
I was gonna say, like, you can if you
And
want.
again.
Just out of the
Just
giggles
for
and
shits and
things.
giggles.
Let's see what happens.
She's gonna get a triumph. You,
I'm gonna
you
get
watch.
3 triumphs right now. Watch.
4 successes, 5 successes,
Oh, there you go.
That's
Yes.
2
why.
advantage.
That's why I don't roll.
That's okay. We've just confirmed it.
Who was that for?
The bad
It's for
guys.
the bad
That was
guys.
for a droid.
Well, we think it's for a droid.
And 3 green.
And 3 green.
That would be for one of the other droids. Or I can't believe it'd be Hondo. I think
1
Hondo
success,
might
4
run.
advantage.
Hondo's very good at preserving his own skin.
Okay.
I just wish he'd preserved mine. I cannot read any of the names for any of those characters up there.
I'm happy with my picture. I think I did okay with my
I
picture.
can't read the names, so I don't know who's who.
I'm the blue one at the bottom.
Oh, there you go.
So there is Brum Brum, there is Thea, there is Kayana, there is Garm, there is Khalid, there is Min.
That's what you look like,
Actually, I'm probably about 15 years older,
I was gonna say, he looks like...
and I've got more of a dad
Oh.
bod.
He's from one of the that
I mean, I can try and
character
create you
is
a picture
from
if you want.
the beginner module.
And that guy's probably got more
Okay,
hair than Gun does.
As you're watching, as Khalid is talking to the droid grows to twice its height as its arms and legs extend,
Yeah.
and one of its arms unfolds into a heavy blaster.
I'm gonna tell Min that I think I found your secret weapon.
And
Cool.
I
that
think
would
it's the
be,
droids.
I'd like to go
What
next.
is
So it grew to
Khaled's,
twice its size.
what is Khaled's defense?
2.
When you say defense, what do you mean?
So you've got
Is that?
so that's
Yeah.
2 black.
Oh, your armor.
So it
Yeah,
would
2
be,
back on range and delay. I haven't drawn my.
So difficulty
Sort out.
is 2 black and a purple.
So, oh, there's my armor. 6.
And he gets 3 yellow.
So it grew two size and drew a weapon.
Yep. Well, he didn't draw a weapon. Its arms is a weapon.
The wrist pops back and
Oh, there's
basically, both hands unfold into guns.
Wow, I need to improve my
Okay,
defense.
so I'm going to increase the difficulty by 1. So make it a second purple. And then flip a black to a white as I add a green to Hawk. And then we will roll that.
Okay. You want to go?
no.
I'm happy
No,
to
but
do
I
it.
should roll this one.
I was gonna
because
say yeah,
actually
it's
me doing
it's
it.
yeah, it's you.
Now I've got guns for hands in my head.
Yeah.
That needs to be added into Min's playlist. It's how I deal with characters. Is I have
Guns for days.
guns for hands.
Guns for
Okay,
hands.
so
Is that a song?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And you can watch Guns Akimbo.
Khalid, you get hit for 12 damage.
Okay, 1 point goes through.
These things are.
So basically, all this blaster fire is bouncing off your armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I've got to increase my defense because I've
Yeah.
got 1.
a second one activates and extends.
I'm
and aims at Gum. Does Gum have any defense?
I think I do, but I think I've only got one level.
Yeah, I wish I had bodyguard.
That droid one would be the 5 successes. We think.
I think.
Yeah, that'll be the 5 successes.
So you start off with 1 on ranged, and then when we put on your armor,
I don't have
you
armor.
don't have
I don't have any
so
gear.
you've got 1 defense.
Do you have at least like a quick reaction or something where you can dodge or hide or not be noticed?
No, I've got some secondary skill or secondary talent that allows me to make shooting me more difficult. And I think I might have one that lets me not. Like I can basically say, don't shoot me, shoot the other guy.
Yes, but you've got to go first.
Okay.
And sidestep is the one that allows you to avoid being hit. Okay, so...
But, sidestep, that's a maneuver, isn't it?
no, it's a out of turn incidental.
Okay.
Cool.
So, at what point out of turn do you get to it?
He doesn't have it.
Oh, he doesn't have sidestep.
That's what I said.
I would make a note in your journal right now, get sidestep.
Okay, so you get shot for 11 points of damage, which you...
My soak is 3, I think.
4. Circle 4. So that means you take 7.
And it's going to be upgraded soon.
So, how much damage did Khalid actually take? Sorry, I'm just trying to actually understand.
Khalid took 1.
So it was 12 minus the soak. Okay, cool.
My soak is 11.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly duck to the toilet when you can decide who goes next.
So that would have been the 4 successes, 2 advantages.
Because I'm probably not going to impact on anything because I'm just going to start coming towards you, I wouldn't mind going next.
No, I want to go next, actually.
Khalid should go
I'm
next.
trying to-
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to prevent the other 2 from acting.
Yep.
Like putting restraining bolts on both of them.
Sorry, you got shot at, you didn't have your go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain is...
I've never actually been in combat in this game yet, so...
Combat is an interesting system in this game, I would say.
And the plus bonus is I can get my quick strike on them because they haven't acted yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you've got to protect the
So
squishy.
in the game, you have movement and action.
I don't think Min's coming down now. I'm trying to
I
think if
really
there's
need
something
to
I can do
encourage
from up
Martin
at
to
the
do
console.
miniatures again because it's just
No, stay where you are.
easier.
I'm going to run away. As
Let's
soon as
see.
it's my go, I'm running.
I'm just trying to think if there's something I can do mechanically or computer-wise
So let's
to
do
help.
iron stuff now.
I just took a shot in the arm and my character's going to run for it.
Well, come up to me. I have med.
Look, take Hondo's arm and run because you can get his luck just by association.
Hondo's going to go before I do.
That's what I mean. Just hang on to him.
Don't leave me, Hondo. Don't leave me.
Yeah, no, I'm medic, so...
Oh look, I've got 2 pencils there, and I really hurt my arm getting the one I've got in my hand. Yeah.
Did you forget you had them?
Yeah.
Okay, so which one of you is going first?
Khalid.
I will be. Could I actually put the restraining bolts on the 2 that haven't acted yet?
You can, but that would be your action.
But I would be able to put it on both of them or just only
You
one?
don't have any ionization
You wouldn't have had them in your hands, you'd have to do a maneuver to pull one out.
I've got
Maneuver
quick
to
draw.
move up to it. Does that work on anything or just weapons?
Well, I'm using the restraining bolts as a weapon.
I don't know if that necessarily qualifies it.
I'll just read out the draw. Easy accessible weapon as an incident.
So, as an incidental, you can pull a weapon.
Yeah.
It's basically not a weapon, so I will say that no, you don't get it as an incidental.
Okay, so it's going to be...
It is the
two
rather
strikes.
specific ability.
It is. It's fair.
So
how
what's
many
incidental to
maneuvers can you do?
You can do 2. 1 incidental to pull it, 1 incidental to close into melee. And that would cause 2 strain to do so. And then your action to place it.
Yeah, but that only takes 1 out, doesn't it?
Assuming it works.
Okay, screw that. Go for my other option.
If Kayana
Can I actually maneuver myself to be basically blocking all 4 of them?
No. They're not in a line. They are spread around.
when you tell me you think you found your tech, I say, don't destroy it!
I'm gonna destroy it.
Well, stunning blow won't work on these things, will it?
Generally not.
I gave you stun grenades!
Stun grenades don't work on droids.
Damn it.
Ionization grenades might, but it'll wipe everything.
Well, actually, it does strain to the droids. What happens if the droid runs out of strain?
It explodes.
Generally,
Is that the same?
Shuts down, it doesn't explode?
doesn't explode, but stun has no stun has no effect on the droid.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, in that case, I will do the draw out Vibro Saber with my quick draw, and I'll attack one of the ones that haven't acted yet, so I can actually get my quick strike.
Okay, so that's the maneuver to move to be able to engage it in melee. You are not in melee with anyone unless you actually engage them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be 3 yellow, 2 green, and 1 blue.
3 yellow.
Because of quick strike.
2 green. 1 blue.
Okay.
And what's it up against? Are you upgrading?
Okay, so it will be upgraded 3 times, making it 2 red and a purple.
Okay, because I didn't know.
This is I haven't actually chosen any.
Oh, okay.
This is just his body armor.
That's just the difficulty of taking on one of these creatures.
Right, okay. Alright, so 2 red, did you say, and 3 purple?
2 red and a purple.
Yeah,
And
I'm
a
squishy.
Oh yeah,
Like-
I'm very squishy.
I'm not as squishy as you,
So
but
roll.
I'm squishy.
Yep, we're all.
Well, you are a Mandalorian, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 failure, 3 threat. And 2 success, 1 advantage, and then the yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4 more successes and 2 more advantages. So all up, take out 2 successes and the 2 failure. You take out that advantage. Takes out that threat. You take out those 2 advantages. Takes out those 2 threats, which leaves you with 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. And a blank.
So Ross, what is your base damage?
Okay. I will then flip a point.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that's plus 5.
So a white goes to black.
Just
Yeah,
going
that-
from. Just trying to work out that you've already calculated, so you calculated feral strength in there.
Well, most of your things listed should be calculated.
Okay, so my base is 15.
Because you've added in.
I've added in my anatomy lessons. That's why I flipped a point. That's why I didn't use a point in the original roll.
That's where I was confused. I'm like, you can flip a point now?
Yeah, I need to flip a point after I success
Yep.
to add my intelligence as damage.
So base 15, you had 1 success, so that means it's doing 15 damage. Okay, so you see a vicious. How many advantages did you have?
He had no advantages.
advantages.
4 successes.
Four successes.
Yep.
Okay, so that means it was 18 damage.
And it's got. Do I need an advantage to activate for Pierce?
No, Pierce already goes off. So yes, you see Khalid basically stab right through the meats of the droid, right through the control processing unit of its brain. Anatomy lessons is not a subtle takedown.
No, I get it. It's,
Don't we want these droids to survive?
You just had someone call that out.
Sure.
I was gonna say.
What about the
Don't
restraining
destroy
bolt? Why was that
it.
not an option?
He chose to go a different way. So yes, you have destroyed a droid.
Could
Destroyed one droid.
Could we go for the restraining bolts next time?
Okay.
We need
I am
those.
trying to make myself as big and dangerous so they actually start attacking me instead of the softer.
But you could have taken 2 down with restraining bolts, right?
no, you could only
Who's
do
nice,
one per
wouldn't
Just
turn.
do 1. Okay.
Who's next?
Okay, so the one that hasn't acted yet enlarges and aims at Khalid.
Well, I guess
Hmm.
tactic works.
Oh, pardon.
Yep.
Pardon, before you do that, I actually will take another strain and enter in a defensive stance.
You didn't you technically already?
So
use
that would be
your
2 strain, because you did one
Yep.
maneuver to close in with it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yep, that's what I meant. Take some more strain and go into defensive stance.
So how many strain has he taken so far? Including that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Total
So
as well,
defensive
I think.
stance gives you.
It upgrades their difficulty. That's if they decide to get into hand-to-hand combat with me.
They're
Lots
not
of
getting into
different
hand-to-hand
traits and
combat. They shot
skills
you.
No. I'm just going on to training, that's all.
Okay, so it got 3 successes, a threat, and a triumph.
Oh no.
Dude.
So it's going to do, instead of a crit, it's going for hit you twice. So its damage comes through at 24 points of damage.
Minus 11 soak.
Minus 11 soak.
Yep. So did you also roll the 2 blacks?
I did.
Yep.
Otherwise it would be far more devastating for you.
So 13
Okay.
damage in total.
If I hadn't have rolled the 2 blacks, it would have gotten off 3 hits.
Oh no.
On the plus side, that's all of them attacked.
So that means
No,
with
oh
the
yeah, possibly. Probably one of the small
24,
ones.
you take 11, so you take 13 points of damage on that hit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ow.
I'm still up.
Ow.
Which is not a bad
That
blow
one's
from
probably
a
dead.
droid. I could have turned that into a critical, but the odds of a critical not really worth it at this stage. Unless, of course, he put him down, in which case it would have put him down with a really horrific critical. So, that brings us back to a party member who wishes to act now besides Khalid. As he seems to be the main target of offence besides Garm, who has already tried to override authority.
Is Khalid able to use a free action to tell people he has restraining bolts as well? Or is it well enough known amongst the group that he has restraining bolts?
He's the
Yeah, you can see them.
He's a
You can see them hanging off me.
Because someone could grab one of those restraining bolts.
I'm very
Stick
happy
it on
to
a
stay last,
droid.
by the way.
I will volunteer. That's next.
Sure.
Okay, Kayana is next.
And so what I saw was Carla use his Vibro sword to attack these things.
Mhm.
And I know that he has restraining bolts. If my intention from where I'm standing was to go past Carla, grabbing one of the bolts and putting it at one of the droids, do I have maneuver enough to do it, or like does my character
You
know how to do
can
it?
spend a maneuver to pull it off Carlid, a maneuver to move up to one of the droids, and an action to put it on.
It is,
Which-
and then it's up to them to determine if it works or not, right?
You can make an education check to see if you actually know anything about security droids. Where take up an action, it'll be just whether you have the knowledge or not.
Are these security droids? Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a free action. I can roll for that. Rhiannon, can you please get 1 yellow, 2 green for me?
I'll just put it down there, so I've got the dice on hand for me rolling.
Are we upgrading?
Not for this one though. Okay, next one. So what is the
The
challenge?
difficulty will be, I'm going to say 4 purple, because this knowledge is not common.
Do you want someone to roll for you?
Yeah, Rhiannon's rolling for me. I don't know why I said that. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, the answer is like, I can educated guess.
Yeah, you're not a big droid person.
I'm not.
Carlid would have had a lot easier DC to figure it out.
so
Yeah.
that's... I'm confused.
It's called I don't know.
Okay.
So basically,
So-
I looked at it. There were not enough successes, and everything
no
pretty much
successes.
cancelled out.
Those.
Yeah,
You basically got 2 failures and an advantage.
that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah. It's called it's a droid.
The
So
advantage is
Triana doesn't know how to do what she
you do
wants
know
to
where
do.
to put a restraining bolt on a droid. It's obvious. It's always in the same spot.
It's usually like there.
Middle
Close.
side of the chest where a heart would go on a human is where you put the restraining bolt.
Yeah, close enough. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna see what happens.
Which one are you going to put it on? The Enforcer droid, who hasn't acted yet. The one of the elongated protocol droids with blasters instead of hands.
The Enforcer droid is hostile too?
The Enforcer droid is holding the credits, and potentially it may activate based on the fact that you have identified yourselves as non-Imperial.
It really depends on how Hondo's screwed with its
I was gonna
programming.
say, Kayana would guess that Hondo's messed with it for somehow, so she would see the elongated droids as more of the threat. So she will go for one of the elongated droids.
And you've also got Min in your ear saying, "Don't destroy it! Don't destroy it! Don't destroy it!"
Are we going ahead and saying in canon before they went pew, 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 pew? Like Kayana's like, "Hey, I think I found your thing."
She did say, you did say that out, and I was happy to give you the words.
Yep. So, okay, so I will go ahead, maneuver with strain, and action. Put the
Okay,
thing
so
on the thing.
your action will be you get to make an opposed roll check.
Roll check. Easy. Oh, it's just my brawl, right? Oh, wait. I'm insane. Don't listen to me. It is 3 yellow, 1 green.
Are we upgrading?
Yes.
So the 1 green turns into a yellow? Hey, learning! What's the difficulty?
Okay, the difficulty is 3 red, 1 purple.
I'm so worried. You know what? Not bad. Okay.
So...
No, that's actually not too bad.
So, go away, go away. No, actually it's bad.
well, that's blank.
Because it's now 1 failure,
3 upgrades.
3 advantage.
Okay, so with your 3 advantage,
It's called It Got Longer. I don't know where it's supposed to go.
Okay. Well, you can't do a free maneuver because you've already done 2 maneuvers this round.
Exactly. No.
I'll give you a maneuver.
Okay, so you haven't successfully put it on the droid. It has battered away the thing. You can choose to still have held on to it for 1 advantage.
I will choose that so that I'm in like
And
this
then
position.
you've got two advantages left. Would you like to give a specific person a bonus or the next ally to act?
I would like to give. I'm just gonna go with next ally to act bonus.
Okay. I will activate the last one for you as an important thing you notice is that the K-series Enforcer droid is basically its eyes are starting to flash as well.
So it's starting to go. Yeah.
Well, Pondo did say it didn't have long before it might go nuts.
So the enforcer droid might go cyber.
Yep.
When
So
you
that's what
describe
advantages do.
the cargo container compartment thing, you said it was 4 stories of open space. What kind of, is it an enclosed lift, a platform lift?
It would be an enclosed lift.
And it's at the bottom, I presume.
It basically goes from the control center down to the bottom.
And if one wanted to get in there and down there fast, I presume there's no open access to this cargo compartment, like
It
cargo
would be
through a
the-
door onto a landing.
It will be the round that you go down there. They don't have an opening straight into the cargo hold because that would also mean that in case there's a breach, they have it is secure against vacuum.
Well, what I thought was they might have a sealed door and a ladder in case the elevator was ever broken. And
That sounds like a safety system.
down. Well, no, not a safety system. It's an access system.
No, just easy.
I'm gonna.
Okay, so I will give you a perception roll to see if you can find one.
Okay.
So does this stay his turn?
This is just they're asking a question on yellow because they're just trying to figure out one of her ways of entering.
So you have 2 yellow, 1 green, 3
2
blue.
yellow, 1 green,
You don't get your white at this stage.
and then 3 blue.
And 3 blue, yes.
Okay, for some reason.
You've got your white already used, so you can't use them at the moment.
Okay.
And because you activated one, it changed one of your green to a yellow.
Okay. Oh, I see. All right.
That's
so
where
that's
it's
why my
upgraded.
numbers are different. All right. Fair enough.
Now,
And
does that mean that advantage goes away?
what?
The boost to
No,
perception?
she's got the boost until she recovers the white dice.
Okay, so they're just consistent.
That is basically an always-on power,
Okay, cool.
but it's at a cost.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say 2 purple.
I know I should never try and roll this many dice at the same time because exactly that happens. Alright, 3 threat, 2 advantages. Let's just say that those 2 advantages and those 2 threats take it to the ground. Spare. 1 success, 2 advantages. Oof. 3 more advantages. I've got 1 success.
1 success not cancelled out.
Yeah, 1 success not
Okay.
cancelled out.
You do
And then like 5 advantages.
you do see an emergency hatch in the ceiling.
Right. Would it use up all of my action to open up that hatch and jump through and draw my red lightsaber?
It would probably be your end of your turn to get onto the ceiling of the place, of the cargo hold.
Okay, the ceiling of the cargo hold.
Yep.
Right, okay.
So you're better off taking
Which
the
means
elevator.
that there would actually be space above you still. And you would see a ladder access is from the ceiling because why have a hole in the bottom where you can fall down it?
Okay, but it means it's a way to get... Is it faster than the elevator?
Yes and no. If you had jumped in, pushed the button, then Min wouldn't have been able to get in there.
Does Min want to go in there? Has she indicated that so far? Well, she's yelling, don't
Yes.
damage the
Well,
So, where is the elevator?
The elevator is at at the back of the command.
She hasn't
Is
made
it
any
down or
signal
up?
of
It's
moving.
currently down.
Cool.
And to be fair, I think you're probably better off staying where you are.
Yeah, our conversation player-wise has been Garm coming up and me doing some medic while you guys are down.
Okay.
And then question for player Ariadna. Do you want the red lightsaber in front of Hondo?
That was the
I
other
want
thought
the
I
red
had.
lightsaber in front of the K droid because it indicates I'm an Imperial. And I can play off to Hondo that I stole it and I don't have force powers because I have a rocket backpack.
Alright.
And anyone can wield a lightsaber.
Not wrong. That is very true. I like that plan.
Okay, so yes, you're up on top.
And Hondo will probably pretend not to know because it's a red lightsaber.
Okay, so that brings us to either Rum Rum Crash, Garm, or Min.
So, Thea is currently
So I was just doing perception on figuring it out.
Oh, I thought you had gone up on top
But
because...
if I just wanted to check the group are happy for me to go and start getting towards them, that being my plan as a player.
through
You
the
guys-
emergency hatch.
Because if you're happy for me to take the move, I can do it. Otherwise, I can wait
Not everyone looks up.
for other people to go through.
Very few people do in reality.
Very true.
Very true.
And that actually also means that the elevator is still down the bottom for
That's
Garm.
precisely why I was thinking I don't want to call it up and then Garm not
Gun
be
goes,
able to get up.
let me in.
So yeah, if the rest of the group's happy for me to go now, that's what I'll do. Otherwise,
Okay.
that's my plan.
So yes, Thea has made it up on top with Get Pack ready to jump down.
And is lightsaber drawn?
You can have a lightsaber drawn. Do you have quick draw?
Don't think so.
In which case, maybe draw it on the way down.
Okay.
So that brings us to Garm, Min, or Brum Brum Crash. Who would like
As
to go?
I said, happy to go last.
We're waiting for the people who wants to go to speak up. So,
And
Mike,
Remember?
I'm still in the cargo bay.
you are, and there are some really interesting droids who are taller than you now.
Shooting great big fucking guns at everybody.
That are their hands.
Yeah. Very
Obviously,
sincere.
these protocol droids know a few things.
Yes, sure they do. If Broom Broom doesn't want to go, Garm's more than happy to go.
Yeah, I'm guessing Garm's heading.
Garm
for
would
the,
like to run.
Alright, go on, go.
Okay, I
Okay.
run like a yellow chickeny thing that runs for a living.
Okay, where do you run to?
To the elevator up.
And you push the button?
I do.
Okay, door goes sink, and you feel that sinking feeling as you get pushed upwards.
Sinking feeling? As
Yes,
it gets
because
pushed
you feel like your chest has been pushed down into your feet.
upwards? Ah, okay.
Okay, so the K-series droid turns to throw the crates at Khalid.
Haven't we already gone through all the K series?
No.
droids?
The K series no.
one K-series droid.
The K series
Okay.
is the security droid that Hondo hacked.
Okay. Cool, yep.
Do-
And
do we
they
know
are called
what he hacked it for?
droids.
So he could get out of
Is the K series an enforcer droid?
out of prison.
Oh, I see.
Because he mentioned enforcer droid before.
Oh, wait, okay.
So-
Okay, so that gives you an extra black, I believe, Ross.
K series. Same thing.
That's only
Little droid. Little blue
the.
droid.
I've only got an extra black on melee. Unless the
Just
sword actually
seeing
gives
if
it
they've
for
got-
melee and range.
No,
If he's
the
dropped it,
K
he's
series
still
is
got
giving
the
you.
droids on.
He's basically attacking you.
What was that? You were breaking up.
So the K series is attacking you. Unfortunately, multiple people talking does make it break
Yeah,
up.
you're breaking up.
Yeah, I can't hear exactly.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the K series droid is attacking you with a crate of credits.
Yep.
He's throwing money at you!
It's Hondo's dream, be showered in money.
Hondo launches himself. No!
I'm surprised Hondo hasn't gone yet, unless he was the one who got the 5 advantages.
I think he got the 5
Yeah,
advantages.
so it's only I've only got two defense against range. I've got 3 against melee.
Okay, so because you did your defensive stance.
That upgrades it by 2, but that's only for melee attacks, not range.
So it upgrades it by 2?
Yeah.
So that means you'd have a defense of 4 for melee.
No, upgrades the difficulty.
Upgrades the difficulty. Okay.
Yeah.
So
basically, I would have been on par with the droids in hand-to-hand combat.
Okay. I will need 2 red.
Sorry, I can pass you things.
Okay.
They are filming.
Nice, good. Very nice.
What's that?
I'm looking at the 2 onigiri left. I'm like, I don't really want to eat them, but
Any
they're
beef
there.
left?
Sorry?
Any beef left?
Nope. There's a shoyu chicken and a pork.
Okay, so a crate of credits comes flying at your head, forcing you to duck as it hits the wall, and there are credits everywhere.
Hondo's
And Hondo's going.
Well, we know where Honda's going to be for a while.
Okay, so that brings us to Broom Broom, which is next. Because Min is last.
Yep.
What would Broom Broom like to do?
I'll throw a ball up.
Okay, you pull out a bowler and toss it. This should be pretty good for you.
What's your bowler dice?
It would be 3 yellow, 2 green.
Throwing the bowler at.
And
Do
then,
you upgrade?
if there's a thing Whoosy wants it to upgrade, then upgrade.
There are 2,
There's
so yes,
2
you
white.
Okay. Flip that Whoosy wants it.
Just checking to see if you have quick draw.
Uh,
You do not, so you spend a
No.
maneuver to draw. You can spend a maneuver to do true aim if you wish to.
can. Take straight to
yes.
Okay,
Yes, I'll
so
move that aim.
with true aim, your ranged attack is 4 yellow, 1 green.
Nice.
And he upgraded.
And then he upgrades, then it becomes 5 yellow.
Nice.
True aim gives you also and a blue dice.
And a blue.
Because true aim is a blue dice and an upgrade.
Oh.
And what are we?
Which droid are we? Which droid are we attacking with the bowler?
There's
Um,
one.
There's 1 K series, then
1,
3
3, and 4.
elongated.
There's one that's turned into Mega Droid, right? And
There's
it's active
3.
attack.
3 of them have.
1 of them's attacked Garm, 2 of them have attacked Khalid.
Right. Okay.
I would go for those ones.
Yeah. One of those.
it will go at the Enforcer droid.
Okay,
The K series?
The droid is
okay.
His for
Which one's closest?
1 red.
To Vroom? 1 red.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't want to be close to it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because it's a range attack.
Alright.
I'm really tempted to open those to try. I'm not going to.
Alright, 1 failure, 2
Those
advantages.
things have one. I do
Oh.
like them.
Martin,
Yeah.
do droids make gear checks?
No.
Alright, 1,
No.
2 successes.
Normally no.
And 2 advantages. So that makes it 1 success, 2 advantages. No, 1 success. You 2 go together.
4
This is 1,
advantages,
2,
doesn't it?
3, 4
Oh,
advantages,
coffee.
1 success.
Okay, so you can spend your 2 advantages to either ensnare the creature or knock it down, the droid.
Ensnare.
Okay, and
Robot.
how many successes do you get?
1 success, 4
Tastes a bit
advantages.
coffee.
Okay, so it wraps around it, causing it no damage.
He's
Sorry.
snaring it.
And it is Min's go.
Is there absolutely anything I can do from here?
Yes, you can give commentary, you can say, hey, I wouldn't have done that, or hey, why didn't you do this? And you can second guess every action they've done, because that's what the backseat driver does.
No, she sees that Garm has been injured and gets her med stuff out.
Okay. And then the door opens, ding, and there's a gun going,
I'm holding my arm, crying, going, "Oh, it hurts so much."
Okay. I've got heaps of med packs, don't I? Like med things. I'll do a med patch on.
Okay, so it's like, here, look over that way.
Oh, look, an Inquisitor.
More.
And Hondo has dove for all the credits going everywhere, trying to scoop up everything. My babies, my babies!
But you'd think Hondo would be able to command the K-droid, but...
Nah, it went nuts.
Yeah.
Has it officially gone nuts?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so who's ready for Kyla to now get shot?
Next round, the droid turns to Khalid, who, the one who shot him originally, is shooting at him again.
Might not be coffee, but it's that sort of flavour.
But this time it aims at him.
That's what happened.
So it uses true aim?
Nope,
No.
it just has an aim. Which is normal.
It
Okay.
didn't use it last time because it used this maneuver to expand.
Yeah, so if you don't choose to move, you can choose to aim.
Yep. So there is a D&D thing like that.
A bit, yeah. And it gives you a blue dice.
Thank you. I am trying to figure this out as we go.
Okay, so it starts shooting up the cargo hold with its blaster, blowing holes in things all around you.
But misses?
Misses.
Definitely,
But much around you has been damaged.
Yeah.
definitely not dangerous when we're in a cargo hold full of military gear.
Hopefully
fine.
the gear is that they pointed out that we wanted is in other places.
Hopefully it's not grenades.
Okay, the second one also aims at Khalid, and for this round they also spend one.
What did you think? Good feeling. They're more feeling than you think.
Okay, so this one does even worse, as you can hear sounds of tech breaking as it's shooting through crates around you.
Nobody tell men.
Up on the consoles above you, you can start seeing breaches in containers appearing all over the
Wop,
manifest.
wop, wop, wop.
Be careful!
You just have to really hope that none of it is what we were looking for.
Okay, it is a character's turn.
Yep, I'll go.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. The one that hasn't acted yet.
Yep,
There's-
you don't get a bonus this time for your...
I know. It's only a one round anyway.
Yep.
So the one that hasn't active,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use a maneuver
To engage with
to take out the restraining bolt.
it. Okay. You should probably have done an education check first.
Okay, well I'll do an education check. Yeah, I know security droids are bloody hard to restrain.
Okay, so that would be 3 yellow, 3 green for someone to do it for Ross.
Rhiannon started to...
And the difficulty would be 2 purple. Like I said, easier for a droid specialist to figure out.
So which would it be, mechanics or computers?
It's education.
This is an education
Oh, education itself. Okay, that's 5 green.
5 green. Why? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong person. That's why I said the other
No
one.
yellow?
No.
No. 5
Education is not a
So 5 green, yes.
education is not a training skill for any of my cybernetics, mechanics, anything like that.
So 5 green, 2 purple.
Yep.
It's not horrible odds.
Okay.
Unless Rhiannon rolled badly.
I rolled 2 blanks.
On the purple?
On the green.
Yep, turn that one to the purple one to the one round bit. Yep, and then take that one away. And that's your result.
So 2 successes and a threat.
Okay, so
That's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that as one of your maneuvers taken for the round, as you realize that before you pull the restraining bolt, most restraining bolts don't work on security or assassin droids.
Probably why.
So I have to cripple them, correct?
Pretty much.
If I was what?
But most things, even if you were to take their legs off or their
Oh, wait a
arms
sec.
off, they would have some form
Assassin-
of self-destruct.
Yeah. Yeah, so how to take out an assassin droid without it self-destructing and still being usable.
Yeah, the problem is
That's
it's
the
gone
problem.
through the processing unit.
That's the problem.
See, I could probably put a lot of them back together.
So it's okay if it's not. But would
But the
Min
processing
or,
unit is what I'm after.
Thayer had a chance to warn them that Thayer's on her way with Imperial credentials?
It would be a bit late for the
Okay.
credentials.
Yeah. Is this one of those occasions where you might flip a story token? Not that I would, because there's only one left.
We have 2.
We
I'm
have
just
2.
wondering, as an example, is that
You could, but the issue is, are your credentials valid even if you pull them out?
Oh, my
Because
credentials are a red lightsaber.
that wouldn't guarantee these
No.
would take it.
But
Anyway.
Because you had someone identify the fact that these were also cargo.
I would
And Hondo activated them.
yeah,
I would say
I'm not.
as the player conversation of how do you defeat assassin and security droids without use of a restraining bolt, I would say ion blasters.
Well, Iron Blast
Yeah,
is
and-
the one thing that could take them out.
Yeah, but isn't that going to like fry everything?
Not
No.
necessarily.
Okay.
It's when they're down that you keep pumping it that fries everything.
So I don't have to draw my saber. I have to draw my 2 iron grenades.
I
Okay.
need ion grenades.
So,
No
is
stress.
Carl still going to pull the restraining bolt, or is he going to change his action now that he knows?
Carl would have an iron grenade as well.
No.
Really? I thought we discussed it and we gave you at least one.
Due to the fact that my arm is also cybernetic as well.
Okay, alright.
So here, beep, pull over.
That might be it. It might be why we got your stun grenades instead. I don't
Yeah.
keep track of your
Man's
gear.
wish list. Ion grenades.
Okay. The thing is, these droids don't suffer stuns, so crippling won't do anything to them. It's annoying.
Well, why would you want a droid to be able to be suffered from stun? Because they're not organic.
Oh, this will. But how many do I need 2 advantages. Oh, that only gives them black dice. Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing at least. What, you mean I've got no chance to pull out my saber this time? And
Okay.
it happens?
You
Well-
can if you
No.
disable them in fully. They don't have a chance to go boom.
No, I'll use the ionization stuff.
Okay, well, there's 3 left. Alright, we'll try to work out a way of safely disarming them after I get rid of the one that hasn't acted yet.
There's 2 that haven't acted yet. Isn't there?
No, two of them have acted.
Okay, no.
Oh,
No, I've ignored the Enforcer droid because the Enforcer droid can't get to me.
And that patch heals 5. I just thought I should check.
So what are you doing, Ross?
I am doing a
Maneuver to close in, spending 2 strain.
Yeah.
So, Gum's Imperial code didn't work either.
It did not,
No.
because these weren't meant to be public yet.
Please go to a very specific Imperium.
And Hondo turned them on.
Access.
Because they look like protocol droids.
Right. Okay.
So what's access code?
It wasn't until we asked them what they
Sounds
were
very
that they then asked for it.
They didn't-
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just going, so after this, Min is going to get very frustrated at Hondo.
Well, you would have turned them
Uh,
on.
Yeah, you
Use
would
them.
have known.
Most people would have just go, sure, I can use a little extra help. Yeah.
Would I have been able to look at them and see they had no serial number on them?
Possibly. So, what is Ross doing?
I am doing another strike at the one that hasn't acted yet.
Yep.
With what?
With my vibro sword. Still out.
Sorry, Ross. You know me. I like to take detail by detail note.
So, I have colored it out, so that is 3
Is it-
yellow, 2 green.
Ariadna, do you want to roll this time? I'm trusting myself less.
Oh, what am I doing?
3 yellow, 2 green. You don't have
Okay,
to.
wait a sec.
You
I am going to see
You
how
wish
is
to activate frenzied attack.
Okay, I'll do upgrade with one with my frenzy attack.
So that's 4 yellow, 1 green.
So you're taking extra
Yeah.
strain, putting up to 5 strain.
Yep.
Okay, so difficulty is still
Was it 3 red, 1 purple?
2 red, 1 purple.
Oh, 2 red, 1 purple. Okay.
Four threat. That's the worst of the reds, and 1 failure. Two successes, 1 advantage. And a blank. Ooh! It's not just Mike that gets triumphs. 1 success, 1 advantage, and a triumph. So, let's go.
I believe you have at least 1 success.
Success and a
Yeah, there's 2
And-
successes.
With your
2
triumph, would you
threats.
like to make that a kill shot?
That's up to college.
2 successes.
Well, with
Yeah,
your triumph, would you like to make
Can
that
I
a
make
kill shot?
that? Can I make that as a deactivate shot?
Not with your vibro sword.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, I do have stunning blow, and stunning blow improved,
Stunning
and
blow and
crippling
stunning
blow
blow.
and disoriented.
If you were to do that on a person,
That
yes.
is the final roll.
It's not a
Okay.
thing you can do to a droid.
What happens if a droid's cast is staggered?
I think most of the staggered is, I believe it gets. Is that a critical hit? Or
That's if I use a if I can use a triumph to activate stunning blow improved, which a triumph results to stagger the target 1 round per triumph spent this way.
okay, so you just give it a black dice for number of rounds.
That sucks.
It's useful versus big targets that are continually doing stuff.
Yeah, but basically it does the same. Oh, wait a sec.
I just don't
So
think
it does the
that's
same thing as.
Let me have a look at
think
what
stunning
it's
blow.
referring to.
Oh, that does strain. I thought I had another one that. Big strike, disorientate. Add setback dice equal to skill check.
Okay,
To all
I'll
skill
try to
check.
look up stagger in case it is different.
Ah.
Because the thing is, it's not
I
on
know
any
what
of the
I'm
charts,
gonna
which makes
do.
it
Can
harder
I
to
go
actually look
before
up.
you next turn?
Part of what I was doing with updating it was try to put the rules with it.
Gun.
Yeah. Go.
What? Throwing grenades is ranged, right?
Staggered
light, yes.
230.
How,
Right, yeah.
What's your ranged like?
1 yellow, 1 green. So I
Which is
suck.
better than me.
Sorry, 1 yellow, 1 green,
Then
1 blue.
looking up droid
Which is
rules.
better than me. I might pass you a couple of block grenades and send you back down now that I've...
Yeah, no.
No?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
You're
You
not
and I are
getting
going to stay up
Garm.
here?
Yeah.
No. Garm's not going back down into the...
I just had the thought that block grenades might be useful.
No.
He's like you. He's not built for actual engagement.
Oh, here we go.
The Space Wizard's going down. She'll be fine.
Okay. I do have 3 green on Brawl, but my ranged light is not great.
Actually, I think it can work on it. If you can stagger it, it will not move this round. Because staggering is denial of action.
I just feel like that.
And then spread out, so I couldn't really take one out and stagger the other one.
Well, if you use the crit, you have to use it on the thing you hit. You are not engaged with
no.
creatures.
No, I'm just saying, no, I used the triumph.
Yes, the triumph on the thing you hit. You must hit the creature to affect it with the triumph.
When deal.
And you have to be doing.
Actually,
you have to activate to do strain to the creature.
Yeah. And well, the thing is, you said droid don't take strain, so
Look
it
at
actually
it. You
doesn't
should
work.
be able to do strain on it with this, but in the case of the creature, it will just be damage.
Okay.
So you can keep it. You can damage it with your strain, reducing it, its effectiveness. Assuming it does any strain damage.
Yeah, I think you found my tech.
So do you wish to switch from
There's possibility of others,
damage to strain?
Yeah, I'm trying to basically dislodge the power supply or whatever. Trying to stun it, something like that. Yeah.
Basically, you're trying to stun it. You can activate your stun instead. I won't give you anatomy lessons for this attack because
I haven't activated it anyway, so...
I was basically saying you won't be able to activate it. Pierce does not come into it.
Because I've also got Disorient as well. The advantages did I get?
You don't have any. You've got 3 success, which includes the triumph, and 2 threat.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I don't roll as well as Mike does. Like, the fact that I got a triumph at all is a miracle.
Okay, so yes,
Last time I rolled, I got some triumphs.
you
It's
hit
just
it,
today
and
it's-
did you wish to activate your stunning blow improved?
You're cutting in and out again.
Did you wish to activate your stunning blow improved?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, you have hit it. It is now unable to act this round.
All good?
Okay, so that brings us to another character.
I would like to volunteer.
Well, actually, the
other droid.
droid tries to break free of its entangle.
I want to break free.
So that's the droid that should have just
I
had the
want
stunning.
to break.
That was the one that was entangled with the bowler.
That's the K series.
Yes.
Okay, so.
So just like we can swap
You
Athletic
guys wanted
check.
to
places. The droids can too.
He
split
does
up
not
and
have
go
it, so we
cargo.
get. Can I get 3
without
green,
Carlin.
please?
He's probably the only one who's kept you alive.
And it is. And can I get an extra purple, please?
Probably. He did put himself in the way, so it started shooting at him.
That's why I killed one to make sure they've got their attention.
Does it look like somebody
Okay.
should call me down to apply a patch?
K-series droid snaps the bonds and then moves up to engage Khalid.
Even though it was Broom that threw the thing at it? Okay.
Khalid has proven to be the threat.
Yep.
It cannot actually do anything this round because
It used its action.
it lost its maneuvers because it was entangled.
Yep.
It snapped its bonds. It had 2 advantages which it used to activate a maneuver.
Okay.
So it got back its maneuver and they used that to engage with Khalid.
Okay, so the next turn should be another droid, which would be the one that misses a
Next
turn.
turn is a character.
It's Kayana Sheaf.
No, I'm gonna volunteer Thea.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
You have the ion stuff, and we're
Yeah, I
going
do.
against robots.
So instead of drawing my saber, I'll draw my iron blaster in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
And
You can. Do you have quick draw? Just check
I
this.
don't think I do.
We found out last time you don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't. Unless I've got some sort of force ability to
You can't use your force.
restrain stuff.
No.
Don't you know force users can be uncannily quick?
Okay,
but
so
you're using it at the
you're on your
moment.
way down to. You can just jump off and, as a maneuver, draw one weapon and control your jetpack. So that would take you to strain. Which weapon do you want to draw?
Well, the ionization blaster. My only other option was to try and draw an ionization grenade. Would an ionization grenade take out more than one if dropped?
It could.
Would it also damage
I-
the others?
You'll affect all droids in the area,
Yeah,
plus
just droids.
anyone with cybernetics.
Yeah.
Plus any
Plus
crates
anybody
that
with
are on
cybernetics.
So
Genesys.
that's me
Plus.
and Carlos, but
Can
Don't
all
worry
of
about
the
that.
things that would be disrupted be repaired?
Unknown.
Maybe.
Well, the grenade will take out multiple targets, the blaster will take out
who
specific
needs
targets.
arms? I say go for the grenade. Arms are for losers.
Um,
I only have one arm.
yeah, I was going to say, are you self-sabotaging yourself?
No, I'm saying what is
She's pre-
logical.
She's prepared to take one for the team.
Well, look at it this way.
Yeah.
If you take out one of the droids, enforcer droids, Garm has already put one out of action for the round.
You did say
No, I
it was
didn't.
droid.
Oh, no,
No,
sorry, not
Khalid.
Garm. Khalid has put one out of action for the round.
I like where your head's at, but no.
And that leaves 2 more.
And you can either take out the K-series droid that has approached Khalid, so Khalid's in the clear, and Khalid can concentrate on the enforcer droids, or you can take out one of the enforcer droids to reduce the number of things happening and basically have one captured.
I take it you're
I'm giving you the tactical options from above.
encouraging me not to use the stun grenade and encouraging me to use the stun blaster.
The ion.
Let me have a look at the ion grenade in comparison.
Not the stun, the ion, yeah. Sorry, my brains. We all know my brain's broken.
Oh, we all knew what you meant. Or at least I did.
So what's the radius of the ion grenade?
Ion grenade is basically, it will hit everything engaged in one section. At the moment it will only hit one droid because none of the droids are grouped.
If they're not grouped, I'll take out my blaster. I presume I can view this from above.
Yes, I said you had a
So-
technical view of it.
Death from above.
Yeah, so how does the ion grenade work? Does it actually have to beat the soap value, or what?
She has to get, she has to hit the target. If she
Yeah.
hits the target, it does 10 damage plus any successes as ionization.
Yeah.
If she gets 2 advantages, she can trigger the blast, which does 7 ionization damage, ignoring soak. She can
Yeah, that's the
also,
part that I will- Yeah.
I'll go with the blaster because I'm not certain about the effectiveness of the grenade. At this
So you
stage.
get a second a chance to attack the same target with a grenade, but no guarantee it's going to take it down. So
Besides, we've got Brum Brum with his boulders, so he can always use that depending on what happens after I make my move. I've also presumed, am I included, since I wasn't with the others and Hondo, that I could try to tell them I'm Imperial and give them my code?
you would assume it's too late.
Too late.
They've activated in a security
Yep.
classification means, and unless you have obvious clearance, which you don't think anyone on this ship does,
Nope. Okay. Fair. I'll leave it.
you'd expect the destination has the clearances.
Yep. All right. So I'll just go in with my blaster.
Okay,
I'll
so
target the one closest to Carla, presuming that's
it
not
is
gonna...
ranged light for you, so
yeah,
that
which
is
is not my best roll, so I'm not kind of happy about it.
2 yellow.
Yep, that's it.
There are 2 flippy things if you would like to use one.
I guess maybe I should, since there's no other way to improve my 2 yellow. Oh, wait a minute. What about that thing where I can swap one thing for another using the Force?
You can do that, but your force rating is currently 0.
Oh. Was I able to switch them out?
You could drop your bonuses to cool, vigilance, and perception,
Right.
and then you could activate it for your ranged light and make ranged light 2 yellow and a green.
Yeah, okay. And then if I upgrade that, it'd be 3 yellow.
3 yellow, yes.
Whereas if I just use a straight upgrade, it would be 2 yellow and a green.
Yes.
3 yellow is probably better in this scenario than
It is.
2 yellow and a green. So I'll take that option.
So when she gets more force power, she can increase the number of dice she gets from it each time.
Yeah, that takes time.
Okay, so
What do I
the
get?
difficulty is 2 red and a purple.
2 red.
Am I flipping?
Yes.
All the fun.
And the one she's attacking,
This
is
is
it the
where I
K
hope I
series?
channel Mike.
She's attacking the
Yeah, no, I'm not
security
channeling
one.
Mike, not at all.
That's actually quite good. So either going into melee or range is 2 red,
Yeah, no.
1 purple.
Yes, no. Just no. Okay, 2 failures, a threat, and a despair.
Okay.
I haven't rolled my yellow dice yet.
Oh.
But that doesn't cut it. I get 2 successes and an advantage, which is all cancelled out, and I am just in despair, which always seems to happen to me.
So you have just a despair?
That's it, yep.
Okay.
So I crash land or something.
No, your shot hits Khalid instead.
Oh, well.
'Cause
Yeah.
The GM gets to redirect on despairs.
Yep, all the fun.
Or run you out of
on the
ammo.
plus side, it's not out of ammo.
So she did have, I believe she had an extra clip carried as standard.
Yep.
But so, Khalid...
Martin, you're dropping out again.
Khalid gets hit for...
It's an ionization blaster.
10 strain, which he soaks.
Yeah.
I was going to say, does it take out his arm?
No, because it didn't get...
No.
Could be worse, I guess.
So,
I was
So this is
expecting
why
worse.
Carla
so
is
if you had have
attacking
hit any other character,
Oh.
it wouldn't have done
His
anything.
armor is.
Except for...
It would,
Kayana.
Kayana, it would have disabled her arm if you hit her.
Well, so much
Well,
for...
it would have done strain to you,
Yeah.
whereas it wouldn't have done strain to Gum or to Min or to herself.
Yeah.
Though it may have also damaged shut off their armor, which would have been funny as well. Yes, your armor no longer gives you strength enhancing. Okay, so your despair didn't do too much.
Yeah, could have been worse.
Could have been worse. If you had had failures, I would have bumped up the damage the despair did. Because I think technically, if you didn't have an extra success, it would have been 11 total damage, which you soaked anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to. So that
Well,
was.
it might be that we need Gum after all because he's technically useless.
No, you just managed to
You just missed.
not take out a party member. Your failure was interesting.
I was joking.
And that brings us to another PC.
I was just
I'll-
expecting Gum to give me a look and go, what now?
We have
My
Mike.
character's watching, going, "Why is she shooting at our party? I thought she wasn't the evil space wizard."
Fortunately, you can't see.
Oh.
No, the thing is, it looks like she went for the enforcer, but I stepped in the way.
Yep. And so, which character would like to go next? I believe it was Mike. So, Mike, what would Mike like to do?
I'm going to aim and use my blaster pistol.
Well,
So
No more boulders?
He didn't.
What?
He didn't take. He didn't take many with him.
I thought he had 3.
What droid would Broom Broom aim at? The K series enforcer droid or one of
the
elongated pew pew really heavy blaster droids?
enforcer droid.
Okay.
Everyone's going for
Okay.
the Enforcer droid.
Yeah.
So that are you going to upgrade the check
I don't know why.
and do true aim?
Yes, I'm going to use true aim. So it's 3
So it would be 5 yellow.
yellow.
Yes.
And
Because the true aim will give you a yellow replacing a green, and and because it also does you spend the point, it adds another upgrade from yellow from green, and you also add a blue from true aim.
sure.
So five yellow and a blue is not bad for aiming. And
Yep.
then you also add 2 red and a purple for the defense.
Yeah, Mike, it's all your fault.
So am I going back to rolling next time?
Well, look, I was happy if you'd started picking up dice, but you seem to be busy writing, so I was letting you do the writing.
No, that's
And
okay.
plus it becomes more interesting as shots just keep going bad.
Yeah, no, it's even worse than that. 2 despairs.
Oh god.
Oh god.
It's Mike's fault for
So,
staying home.
so is this Jar Jar Binks out of Phantom Menace where he hits himself with the bowlers?
Good thing he's got so
Not
many
using the
yellow-
balls, he pulled out the pistol, and I think this time it is Kayana who jumps when she should have ducked.
Okay, so
So yeah.
1 failure, 2 despairs. So is that essentially 3 failures, 2
Yep.
despairs?
Yep.
So 2 failures can be taken out by 2 successes. And the 3rd failure can be taken out by that one. Where's the advantage? There it is. So that gives us 2 despairs, no failures, 1 advantage, 2 advantage, 3 advantage, and 4 successes.
Okay, so it looks like you do actually hit, but something bad is going to happen. So it doesn't actually hit Kayana, because I thought it was just complete fail to hit.
No, 4 successes and
So that means 4 successes means 9 damage. Did he have any advantages?
3 advantages.
3 advantages? Okay, so you can actually make that a critical hit if you wish to.
Please don't.
Sure.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
not.
Why?
No,
No. No.
no. Please don't. We
It's me. You're hitting me.
I know he's not hitting you because of the fact that he actually succeeded.
Yeah, there was 4 successes.
Don't
Okay,
we
never
need
mind.
But something's gonna go
recover
down.
the droids because we need
Okay.
stuff off them.
Not
Wait, no,
the
not
K
this one.
series.
Not this one. No, this one
Okay.
is.
This is
fine.
the K series. This is not the blue droids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No,
I thought you were
alright.
hitting me, and I was scared.
Misa is coordinated.
Oh, what the? Ah,
Okay, you managed to.
forgot that I've got dodge.
Okay, so you hit the droid and it seems to self-destruct with your shot
Yeah.
going boom.
Yeah.
In my face.
In the middle of the cargo bay with all the tech that we need to recover.
Oh, that's a big cargo bay.
Why?
Okay, that means that Khalid, Brum Brum, and Kayana each take 15 points of damage, no soak.
Not yeah. That as well.
What about all the other droids in the place?
They'll also
Yeah.
take that damage, no soak.
Yeah.
And all the equipment, all the weapons,
Yeah,
all the
everything in there.
Everything in a close proximity to them goes boom.
There was a reason we were trying to avoid exploding them.
Yes. Oh well.
So that's 15 damage.
So Khalid takes another 15 points, no soak, so that puts you on 29 damage.
So I am at -8 because of that.
Okay, so could you pass me the percentile dice, please?
Yeah.
So that means you take a critical hit with...
I do have enduring of 2 ranks, which may help.
Okay, so that means I only add 35 to the roll.
It's better than 80.
Okay, so 35 on the 62 makes it 97.
Ow.
I have no context for this, so.
Oh, wait.
High is bad.
Okay,
I
so
figured.
you know how you only had to replace one arm, Ross?
Yeah,
Your other
I
arm
know.
has become crippled.
Sounds like you need to upgrade soon.
Okay, so now we look at Kayana. Does 15 points put you down?
No, I still have 8. I'm good.
Okay, so the second crit is going to be activated on you. So you do get critted.
Okay.
Do you have anything to reduce criticals? This is the time to ask, because
Wait.
otherwise...
yeah, I
it will
think
be-
you do as well.
I should, but where would I
Otherwise it would be
find
55
Enduring.
on the roll.
Enduring? Is there anything else that would reduce it? And also, where would it?
On the bright side, the combat will be over.
Yeah, it would.
Yes.
Yep.
No, unfortunately you don't have it. Brum Brum's got it. Oh, bloody hell, Brum Brum's got, was it 3 ranks, is it? Oh, no, 2 ranks.
Brum Brum is eternal.
So I'll roll for Brum Brum while you look that
Yeah, I was
up.
gonna say roll for Brum Brum.
Okay. So 16 plus, he's got 2 ranks, so that's 35 on the 16, makes it 41. And the 41 means Brum Brum suffers from being knocked over.
That's not too bad, comparatively.
Because he
It's just
only-
half the
he only has
problem.
35 already? I'm confused.
Okay, so did Kayana have any?
I don't think.
So that's 55 added onto the roll.
Unless-
That's bad.
No, Garm's the only other one.
He's
Oh, and
not there.
and Minnie.
She's up. They're both up.
So that brings us to 88 on the dice.
Yeah.
So you are compromised.
So I just got knocked down.
So that means just a 2 crit on you. Because the encounter ends, it's not that bad.
No. The 3 blue droids got up and kept going. That would be interesting.
And all the droids are down.
Yep.
Basically,
Unrecoverable, I
all
presume?
the droids seem to have been destroyed in the blast.
Yeah.
Including the one that was.
Including the one that Khalid was intending to use
Safe.
in dropping the stun grenade on the other
It is possible, maybe, that. Was there only 4 on the manifest?
They weren't on the manifest.
They were on
Oh.
manifest.
It's possible that there are others somewhere in the cargo bay.
It's also possible that these were the only 4 because they are
Yep.
prototypes.
I am very aware of that.
I appreciate your optimism.
Yes.
I'm trying to be optimistic.
Can I spend one of those destiny points?
Yep.
There's only one.
Now,
So
one
you
of the the
Ross,
one that Garms put the cross on.
So,
That's-
Ross, how are you spending a destiny point on a round where a destiny point's already been spent?
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. I thought we were out of combat and all that.
If you're out of combat and you're trying to spend a destiny
And
point, it's
this wasn't.
It's okay. It was about spending a story point. You're just saying that
This
the
was
one
near
that
the elevator.
Garm
not-
put a cross on was the 5th one.
This was near the elevator. Oh, you're saying a 5th droid. I was going to say,
Yeah.
this is near the elevator, not near the cargo containers.
So, I will say no onto that because unless you want to make someone fail their actual task, then I'll say yes.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. No.
I have a feeling I failed.
I'm just going to go ow and hit myself with med pack.
Well, technically you can't because you're unconscious.
Okay.
Does
I'll
somebody
go
tell
out
me we've
and
got
bone.
unconscious people?
Well, actually, as unconscious you're down. Kayana is not down. Brum Brum is down. And Thea lands amongst the carnage going, what the?
nobody listens to me anyway, so
Misa resolves the problem.
I've given you a healing patch. You need another?
I'm pointing, like, wounds, it hurts.
As
Pain.
you hear
Can I use my
downstairs-
med pack? It's
Boom,
a
downstairs, I'm
medical
like,
patch?
it hurts.
Yeah, you're whinging at that and you hear a tremendous boom.
And out of all that, all Hondo got was winded.
But also his credits just went up in smoke too.
It doesn't destroy the credits, it just embeds them in things.
yep.
Oh, okay.
Slightly damaged or singed credits still spend. Even if they're bent completely, they still spend.
Is anyone going to tell me that there is...
You slow it down a bit. We have to slow it down. Yeah.
That's
Okay, so yes, Thea lands at the bottom one. What does Thea do?
No one listens to me anyway.
That's what Thea does. She says over the club, no one listens to me anyway.
If I'm compromised, but I'm not, I'm still up. Is that where I'm
Yes.
just like, hey, droids are taken care of. Get down here. We need to take care of this. We got people down. Tell Garmin to stay. Like me knowing Garmin, I'm gonna tell Garmin to stay. Get down here.
And Min looks at Garm, goes, "You've had a med pack." Goes to the elevator, and as she's going to the elevator, she goes, "What do you mean the droids are down? What's going on?"
I am in charge, you know! Now, what's happening?
Kayana will go up to Thea as she's like booting down. She's like, I listen to it. I was like, hey,
Hey, go for it!
I tried. Things exploded. So, do you want to help me just get people in position so that we can catch them up?
So that's the explosion radius of a thermal detonator. It affects everything in close range. So
I'm sure I'm yelling.
and the limit that you can throw them is close, so you can't actually
Yeah.
throw them beyond the range that you get caught in the explosion.
Yeah.
So basically, this enforcer droid had the IJ-80, OJ was it 101 or whatever,
Yeah.
self-destruct thermal detonator.
Yes. The others did too, but you did so much damage they didn't have the time to activate. A despair meant boom.
I really thought Brum Brum would know better. But
Well, he was aiming at the non-critical droid, not knowing that the
He's
non-critical
gonna come down
droid was also
he's
going to
got
explode.
mechanics and computers up the wazoo.
It's not something that
And
He's-
it's a high risk it would have destroyed or killed
I'm
us.
whining about
It
no
wasn't.
windows.
It's not a common knowledge.
He's-
But guys, please
Sorry.
stop. Go, Mike. Go, Mike. You can go.
I said Misa resolved the issue.
I reiterate, you could have killed us all.
Yes.
No,
As the
because
GM
I'm
respond-
actually.
As the GM responding to that, he shot the one that shouldn't have had one.
How do we know? They all have.
They're
In general, the enforcer
No,
does not have a explosive on it.
Yeah.
It's not the
Yeah,
assassin.
Enforcer Droid's not an assassin droid.
So
It was an unknown thing that the enforcer droid would also have these detonators. So it's like, off of everything our characters know, it wouldn't have been assumed that that droid would have also had detonators.
Nothing on this mission has been straightforward.
that is true.
I was gonna say, is that what we're calling this mission? Nothing straightforward.
Well, this one was actually called Pirate.
Close enough. Yeah. Yeah.
And amusingly, Hondo came out of that basically knocked out with Winded.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, out of all of this, the thing that stands out to me is just Hondo being canonically Hondo.
Well, I rolled and he actually got Winded as the result. It's a tier 2 critical.
Yeah.
So it is a nasty critical, but Winded?
Even the
Yeah.
dice know Hondo the character.
He'll always give his
Okay, so that would be an interesting point to end the night with. They're going, no one listens!
And Min going, what do you mean they're dealt with? What have you done?
And she watching his alarms go across the board of damage through the cargo hold.
Yeah.
Systems compromised on so many crates.
Oops. Hope none of them are dangerous.
Any last words before we go to end?
Shit.